Come on. Y'all already know what time it is. Will.
Yeah, what's good?
Mr. JB and my main man,
What is happening?
Man. What's happening, y'all?
What is happening?
What up, man? Hey, another day.
Hey, this giddy. It's gonna be a good Friday.
Now
Yes,
you
it
know
is.
since we got Skip Go Hard in here, you know I gotta find his intro. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit him with the darkness, everybody. Darkness, everybody. Man, but how's everybody doing? JB, what's cracking, man?
Hey, man, it's Friday. It's another good Friday. So today my daughters are taking me out because they both got jobs. My 16-year-old and my 20-year-old got jobs. So they treating dad today to some movies and dinner. So I got to take advantage of that because I know that's about the only thing I'm gonna get for the rest of the year. So,
I hope not, but that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Definitely. So,
right. Will, what you got going on, man? I know you ready to tag to this thing, bro.
I'm bruh. Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Okay. Now we do got a special guest, y'all, behind the scenes, man. They got a lot of intel, bro. He's been with Urban Necessities for a while. He's hung out with 2Js for a while. He's a good friend of Will's. Y'all know what I'm saying, bro. Y'all make sure y'all giving a warm round of applause, man, to none other than my guy, bro, the duffel bag boy.
Pleasure.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Yes, sir, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Duffel bag, what's happening, man?
Maintain it, brother. You know, just getting through life. You know what I mean? Like everybody else, just maintain it.
Well, hey, man, welcome to Unreleased Sneaker Podcast, bro. Myself, Will, JB Urban Plus, and Skip Goes Hard, bro. And the rest of the members that's going to be coming in late. Y'all know what I'm saying, bro? We all welcome you over here. You know what I'm talking about?
Appreciate that.
That's what's happening. Now, I will say this. Doubleback, or should I just say DB? The first thing we do, bro, when we hit the stage is we tell everybody pretty much what sneakers we had on feet today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had me go first last week. Do I y'all want me to go first again this week?
Nah, let's Skip goes first.
Skip.
Skip
Hell yeah.
From the start.
Somebody outside of us go first.
Let darkness go first.
What's going down?
What sneaker did you have on today? What you were rocking?
Oh man, I didn't do shit today. I had these little puss ass ankle socks on today. I didn't do anything today.
Hey, that's a smooth way of getting out of it. But if you had a wore sneaker today, if you were outside the crib, what you think you would have picked up and wore today?
Hey man, to be honest, bro, I probably would have wore my Georgetown dunks.
Nice.
That's a nice one right there.
That's like my go-to. You know what I mean? Throw on some jeans, little pussy ass shirt, and I'm out. I'm not really, you know, like if I don't really have have to throw on something cute, you know what I mean, some hype shit. If I don't really have to do that, bro, I'm throwing on some regular ass dunks, clean shirt, clean jeans, and going about my business, man. Shit, that's me.
Boy, that's what's happening, Playboy. JB,
yeah.
What you rolled out with today?
Yeah. Well, today, you probably guys already saw it on my story, but I pull out the Fear God, the Desert Tan colorway.
Nice. Nice.
I have the gray color here. I haven't worn them yet, but I just got it around. So if you guys want to see the fit, the full fit, it
Jerry
is
did
one of
his
my
thing on
stories.
those, man. Jerry did
Yeah,
his thing on those. I like them.
yeah,
Oh,
Grant. So
I,
I
I'm I'm
agree with
afraid to
you to
ask
the whole.
Will what the hell he had on today. Cause
That's
I
all.
already know he about to bring some crazy shit out, bro.
Bro, it's something light, man. I went the SB route today. You know what I'm saying? Brought out, a brother do like to pop bottles from time to time, so I had to go ahead and pay homage to them boys out there. Brought out the Riot SBs.
Mm,
Riot SB.
Yeah,
Bro,
Fire,
yeah,
see,
fire.
Nice.
Will
yeah,
come to the stage not to play, bro.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Fire,
just a little something, something. But
fire, bro,
yeah,
fire.
yeah.
Me myself, now I really went like today, y'all. I hit them with the Air Max things today. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Not
Yes,
the
That's
sir,
big
good,
bubble.
man.
man.
The
I didn't
neons.
go big bubble today.
Yeah,
I didn't
nice.
That's
go
good
big
right
bubble.
there.
The rep.
Those are
Classic.
hard.
Oh,
Right. All right, DB. What you had on feet today, bro?
My Timberlands. That's all I wear
hell yeah.
now. My constructs. I'm New York to the heart, B. I can't do nothing else, man. That's
I feel
my
it.
Straight
constructs, man.
butters.
That's all I really wear. Yeah, my butters. That's it.
You
That's
got the
what I
butters
wear
on.
mostly. I tell
Wear the
you what, I
butters.
feel I feel more comfortable in butters than Air Force Ones or anything else. Man. I don't know what it is. Just I can run with them. I'm good.
The New
Bro,
York thing. It's a New York
It
thing.
it
It's
definitely
bro.
is,
It's
man.
a
I ain't
New
gonna
York
hold
thing,
you.
bro.
I was the
It's a
only
New York
one in
thing.
Vegas wearing Timberlands.
They were looking
Cats
at you
wasn't
crazy, like
bro,
crazy.
it's
The
a
only
thousand
person,
degrees out there.
yeah, I know, but it don't matter. It don't matter. We
it
shorts
don't
and
matter, bro.
Timbers. It don't even matter. We that's
It
what we
don't
do.
matter, bro.
So the
It's a
only
New York
person
thing.
that respected my whole thing, my fit, was when Jadakiss was in the casino, and he looked at me, he smiled. He said, "I already know, B. I already know."
Yeah.
Like you in the building. He said, "I feel more at home now." I said, "Word."
Oh man, bro, I could not do it.
Word up.
Everybody, man, from the NYC, bro. Y'all, some serious individuals,
Bro,
bro. When
I
it comes
wear my
to,
field
I couldn't do.
boots,
I can't do it.
bro. From September to like March, I'm wearing my field boots.
Oh
The
yeah.
Timberland
Oh yeah.
field
Yeah,
boots.
I get it.
That's
Yeah, those are
bro.
good too. Those are good too.
Like either the macaroni and cheese, my beef and
Oh yeah,
broccoli.
beef and
Oh,
brocks. Yeah, man.
yeah, man. Bro, listen, New York to the heart, Bronx.
All
100,
day. Oh yeah, big
161st and Grand
Bronx.
Country.
Oh,
161st
that's
and
what.
Grand Country.
That's where you from?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Right down the block, Bedford Park.
Bethel Park? Ah, yeah, I used to
Right
actually go to
there.
Bethel Park to play ball.
Yeah, man. Got Lehman College, got Harrisfield, all that. Yeah. Shout out to the Bronx, man.
So Pigeon Park, that is behind Lehman College, Bethel. You have Pigeon Park. That was
Yep.
my stomping ground. Pigeon Park, right there
That's
at
where
a
hip hop. That's where hip hop started. That's right there by
yep, in
Sedgwick.
Sedgwick, right there, Sedgwick to
Yep.
38th Street.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
all that. That's my stomping ground.
Man,
Yes, sir.
shout out to everybody in the NY, man, and shout out to everybody in the chat right now, bro. Y'all know what I'm saying. Shout out to the
Oh
whole
yeah,
squad that's in the chat right now. I see everybody pulling up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I
So
know YouTube be slow sometime about sending out this doggone alert, bro, that we live. So as
Hell
we go
yeah,
on,
it will.
people gonna pour in. Y'all know what I mean?
oh
But
yeah.
while we on this topic today, bro, we brought DB in here today, guys. So he got pretty much like a history with two
yeah.
J's. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he's been in Urban Necessities. You work for Urban Necessity too, right? Or work
Well,
alongside two
most
J's.
alongside 2J's mostly. Yeah, I didn't really like work at the store because when I got out to Vegas, Surgeon and them already started with their stuff. So they didn't want me around.
Man, can you give
They
us a
didn't,
backstory on how
they didn't
you
like the
got?
realness. They didn't like the
Yeah,
realness. That's what it was.
that's probably what it was. Can you give
That's
us
exactly.
your backstory, bro? With
With
with two
Jay?
J's
Yeah,
Urban.
yeah. Yeah. Me and Jay met in 95.
Mm,
Yeah, 95 it was. We went to study hall together in high school in Jersey. And we just me and him always trying to battle with the fitteds and battle with the kicks and Tommy Hilfiger, Polo, all that. That was our thing, man. We saw each other, we locked eyes, like, yo, what you got on today, D? You know what I mean? It is what it is. So we were locked in from jump, and we had another thing we did, with music. We would, tapes used to come out on Tuesdays,
mm-hmm.
CDs and all that. So that was our thing, and we locked in with that early, man. And we just been friends ever since. We lost touch for a couple years in the early 2000s because he was going through what he went through. But then we locked up again in I think it was like '06, '07. Because he had done his thing. I was in New York doing my thing. So, you know what I mean? It was just that. But we've been, like I said, man, it's 30 years, really. 30 years this year that we've been friends.
Damn.
You've been cool with JC for that long.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's my
Damn.
brother,
I
man.
seen some photos of you with him too, bro. You used to travel with him as well, right? Like
Yeah,
y'all used
I've
to be
done a
at sneaker
couple.
guns together.
Yeah, yeah. We used to do a lot of sneaker cons. He would always because he trusted me. You know, he just especially with what he was doing and when he first started doing the big deals, it used to come. I had moved to Florida in 2015. So my first sneaker con was 2017. And he was starting to catch a buzz already and start getting paper in the game. So he was the one that actually gave me the name. Him and his wife gave me the name Duffel Bag Dan because they don't trust nobody with the money. They gave me the bag. I had I think it was like half an M that he was bringing to sneaker con. So he's like, yo, D, whatever you do, guard it
Bro,
with your life. I said, you already know.
Half a mil?
had a
God.
half
Yeah.
a mil in the bag, bro.
Cash money
Bro, bro, I have a
in a go
question, man.
yard.
How heavy is that, bro? You said
Not
you
that
had
heavy.
that bag. How
It's
heavy
not
is
It's not
that
that?
that
heavy.
heavy. It's not
Probably
that
Not
like
heavy.
that heavy
15.
when it's hundreds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably like almost a little less than 20 pounds, probably.
Yeah, it's like 15, 16 pounds,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
All blue faces,
That
bro.
shit, wow.
Yeah, man. Yo, he used to come
Yeah.
heavy
Open
to
face.
the sneaker
Open
cons,
face.
bro.
Were you were,
Heavy.
were you there when he did like the $1 million joint? Well, I can't remember what sneaker con that was. Were you along for that ride? That
For which
ride
one? I'm
too?
sorry, you broke up. Which one?
The one that where he spent like a mil.
I forget where that was. Yes, I was there because I helped him load up everything. I helped him load up palletize everything. 'Cause that was my main thing. I know he did a lot of like, he was always going buying tables. So he always that's why another thing he would bring me around. I know how to palletize or whatever, and then drink wrap it and put it on the truck. So I would help him with that and make sure everything got back to the table. We hide everything, put everything, behind the urban necessities wall and that's how we did it, man. It was just like he would go buy a whole table. He was buying half the show before the show started.
Yeah. I
Really?
remember that.
Yeah,
They will follow him around before the show starts, and
yeah,
he'll
we would
go buying all the Yeezys, all
sneaker
the.
con. Yeah, sneaker con usually start about 12. He was in there like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, just like, yo, I'll take this. Yo, give me the number. I'll be right back. They give him the number. He be like, all right, yeah, check it out. Do this number. All right, bet. Let's go. Cash him
Wow.
out. Boom, right there. And then just keep walking.
Let me ask you a question. What when y'all went to these sneaker cons, bro? Because I know a lot of people gonna probably thinking like what I'm thinking right now. When y'all went to these sneaker cons, bro, and y'all bought all these sneakers, bro, was it certain people that y'all dealt with where when y'all go to like one sneaker con to the next, that y'all just stick to a certain group of individuals that y'all bought from, or y'all bought from everybody?
Whoever had heat, whoever had something that was flippable, because seasonal sneakers are also seasonal. That's the thing. Like in New York, we can't get. I mean, we could only get Air Force Ones in like March
Mhm.
to like June, and then it cuts off. Then you got to go searching for all that. You know what I mean? But most of the time, there were regulars that he had that would always come through, and there was cats that never been to a sneaker con, just pull up just so they could get the table sold out by him. You know what I mean? So like that's the type of pressure he was putting in there.
Wow. So they would
Smart.
automatically just come up to him and just ask him, is he looking for tables to buy?
Correct. Yeah, because they already knew when he came through. Yo, I want this. I want this. I want this. And he would look. He get on the phone, start calculating. All right, how much you want? This is my number. You want to mess with it? Where can we meet? Boom. 2 seconds later. So
Damn. That's
yeah,
crazy, bro. That's
yeah.
crazy. All right.
I
So
saw a sneaker con. I saw a sneaker con event. Back. It's on YouTube somewhere, but he
Mm.
bought the dudes 2 tables, right? And the dude gave him the tables and the chairs, like the whole thing.
oh yeah, I remember that.
So the
He
whole
was
thing.
he was
He
like, "What
gave
am I gonna
him
do
the
with
whole.
this?"
Yeah, like he gave him the whole thing. He was like, "Hey, look, listen, Jesse, you bought my whole inventory,"
Yeah.
and he had it even unpack. The stuff that was still on Home Depot boxes.
Yep.
Like the shit
Yep.
was still in Home Depot boxes. The only thing that he had on and this is when the Yeezy 350 Zebras
Mhm.
were hot, and
Shit.
he was looking to buy everybody's Yeezys on the
Yeah,
event. Everybody's
yeah,
Yeezy. It don't matter who it was. If you had Yeezys, he wanted to buy them.
yeah. That
And
that
the
that
dude
movement for him was big. That
yeah,
Yeezy thing
like
was big for
he
him.
had the two stacks of Yeezys. He had the Zebras, and I think he had the Black Pirates. And he bought
Yeah,
them all. He bought all the Yeezys, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna buy your whole table." So he bought
yeah.
both tables, and the dude was like, "Well, you might as well take the chairs and take the take the tables and the chairs,
Everything,
bro."
everything. I seen dudes, whatever. Like, yo, it's crazy how I used to move, man. And people would just be like, yo, I'm coming. There was one kid, I remember there was the Adidas, the ones that were like recycled. This is when the NMDs was popping. It was damn, what the hell? They were like teal green. I forget the name. I'm going blank right now. But this was like a year before they came out, right? We had just seen articles about them. That's it. And yo, dude came from Long Island to Fort Lauderdale with three pairs. One Joni size, one his size, and another size. And yo, I tell you, he wanted 5 stacks of pairs. Jay was like, yo, let me see him. Looked at him. Yeah, I take all three, dog. Dude was like, all right, left the suitcase there, did. Left
What?
the suitcase. And he literally got there, got off the flight, didn't even have a flight home. He just said, yo, I came here just to sell you these and went back.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy.
15 bands. Yep.
Now, there's a question, bro, from one of our regular guys here in the chat, bro.
Okay.
And he's asking when 2J's authenticate those sneakers, where did he authenticate them at? When did he
Well,
authenticate these? Back when y'all got
it's,
back, or how did that happen?
we used to have a guy and a girl at SneakerCon that would do it. We also did it with SneakerCon had people there too. They would always, because they this guy named Will that works with SneakerCon, and then there's Alan, and then his brother.
Mhm.
His
Mhm.
brother, Alan's brother, was the one that made sure everything was legit.
Mhm.
That I could tell you from experience that I saw.
Mhm.
They if they saw any funny stuff, there
Yeah.
was always going to be somebody bringing in because they had a box full of fugazi stuff and you had the table full of regular joints. You know what I mean? Real shit. But for the most part, that's how they authenticated. And then whatever he couldn't, because if there was too many, he sent them back and they sorted everything out. They had a guy at the store.
Let me ask you, did y'all ever catch anything from those events, bro, that was fake or some
I
reps or something
mean,
like that?
there's always gonna be like one or two that get in there and then just gotta eat that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat that. There was nothing ever like 20, 30 pairs. It was never like that. I mean, I think there was a time that he got caught out there with an off-white Air Max that he had posted, and then he got an alert from, I believe it was Virgil, because he was on live, or not even on live. Something he was on, I think he was on live on Instagram. And yeah, he got called out there.
What's
He got
up?
called out like,
Hey
yo, chill.
y'all.
Shout out to my
What's up,
girl
Lashar?
in the building. Hey, DB, I told you they're gonna be late now, but they're gonna pull
Nah,
up.
that's all good. Hey, let's pull up. Let's do it.
They're gonna be late, but they're gonna be pulling up.
That's
But
right.
so that was never a time where y'all caught like a serious amount of reps or fakes that came from these events.
No, because like I said, he had people there always. And then when eBay got involved, they was always checking and made sure whatever he was getting was legit because we didn't need that smoke. After that dude tried to do that to him already one time, whatever
Mm.
that dude, forget the dude name, but yeah, he tried to
Is
do it,
that
and he made the video.
with the baby Travis and
Yeah,
stuff?
with the baby shit, and all that crap, man. He
Yeah.
tried to do, and then he tried to do the New York store. You know what I'm saying? Like they tried that whole thing, man. But that's part of the game, dog. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
part of the game. They're gonna do it. That's like, like any other hustle. They're gonna try to hit you with this, make you look this way, and then they moving other joints in the other direction. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is, man.
Now, now, fast forward, bro, to the time when I guess were you around at the time when he met with the shoe surgeon? Were you
Yeah,
around?
yeah, yeah. I wasn't living in Vegas. No, I was, but I was. I was back and forth. Like I would always go 2, 3 times a year to Vegas. So and we'd link up for whatever was the anniversary or whatever we was doing. You know what I mean? He would come to Florida, but he called me when everything was getting done. And when he met this with the surgeon and but in Dallas and Bimbo and all that and that other cat Isaac that it's like a network of them dudes. So I was around like and he talked to me a lot about it, like, yo, I'm about to do this deal, because he went from to me personally, I think he should have stayed in fashion show more
Mhm.
because that small store generated the most bread,
Yep.
and it was the most honest, most simplest time for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
Hey,
but I
I always
understood.
say,
They don't
Sneaker,
realize simplicity is key.
turn your mic down just a little bit, Sneaker Diva. We catching a feet a back. You know what I'm saying? We
hey,
catch.
I have always say, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
always
what I
been my
said.
thing.
That's what I
That's
said.
always
But
It's easier
Jay got
said
this
than done.
vision.
Yeah, it's easier
Jay
said than
when
done.
Jay gets in his bag, it's a wrap.
Yep.
Like there's no
Yep.
talking it. You know what I mean? So
And
we talk to him, but
I saw that look in his eye because I met Jay in 2018, and I saw that look in his eye, and I was there for one of his anniversaries, and he was talking about it, and he just finished doing some stuff with Mayor, and I
mm,
talked to him about it, and I'm like, you sure? Like,
yeah,
I see the lines outside before you about to open. That's upstairs going downstairs. Like, it's crazy, you know.
yeah.
But I saw that look. I know exactly the look you had. Oh
Yeah,
man.
because when he get in
Yeah.
that bag, man, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You can't talk to
Yeah.
him,
You
dog.
can't
Like,
tell him
and,
nothing.
and
Yep.
that's what I love about him, though. You know what I mean? Because he's always going to see something we don't. And that's why he became who he became. Because there was plenty of times I told him, yo, don't do this, don't do that. He said, yo, D, you don't get it. Yo, you don't get it, dog. No doubt, no doubt, I get it. Whatever. You know what I mean? I can never be mad at somebody trying to grow.
Yeah.
no, and again, but I don't think that he foreseen how because he was the hottest thing in the street for a long time. He was the hottest thing
Yeah,
in the street for a long time.
but
And I
but
understand, I understand the grow. I understand growing. I just don't think the moving to Caesar Palace was the best of idea. I think if he would have done like an independent store on the strip and not in the
mhm,
mall, he would have
yeah,
definitely, definitely done it 10,000 times better than
but
in the mall.
and it's true. I believe what you're saying is correct. I know I believe it wholeheartedly. But my thing was, we all thought that way. How you thought, right? We thought, you know what? Don't overdo it. Don't bring too much into it because you're gonna lose the value of it, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna water it down to something that is not. It's not gonna be worth anything. But Jay came in, and I remember him telling you, and this was when he was getting tattoos and he was really in the street. This is the
Mhm.
tattoo Jay, not sneakers. It had nothing to do with sneakers. Jay, he got the New Jersey Devils tattoo on his face.
Right
That
there.
was the
Yeah.
day.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So we were at a tattoo convention, and that was the first time I linked up with him again in a while. So he called me. I went. And he's like, "Yo, about to do this. Yo, I think it's a wrap. I'm not getting no day job. F all that." And I bet. I'm like looking at him like, yo, he wilding right now. He on something. So he tells me, yo, D, I got this idea for the sneaker store, man. And I could see it, dog. It's gonna be ice cream, it's gonna be tattoos, it's gonna be a barber shop. And this was like 20, 20, no, 2007 or 8. Yeah,
Mm.
2007 or 8. This was him talking back then. And this was in the street J, right? It was, I mean, it could be later. I might be the time might be off, but it was like not near what he was doing yet. He said he was gonna go back and finalize everything and make it happen. I'm like, yo, dog, I believe it. If anybody's gonna believe it, it's me because I seen what you do. Because the dude is a hustler. So, you know, and he went back, man. He went back to Vegas and we kept talking and then he was like, yo, I'm about to start selling the kicks now. I said, I bet. So what you got? So I bought his first pairs. You know what I mean? His first pairs before the Barclays, he was like, this was the Bread 11s. And I'm like, yo, let me take those off because we were the same size, so it didn't even matter. I knew I was always gonna get the shoe. Me and him are the same size, 8.5. So You know what I mean? We did whatever, and they started blowing up. They started hitting the resale lines. Then he got hip. That you, I can't be everywhere. I'm gonna pay some homeless cats. I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna put them on the lines till I get there in the morning, pick up my shoes. And you know, he started working the system, man, and it was just beautiful to watch the way he did it. It was crazy, man. It was wild.
Well, there's a question in the chat that my guy Big Kev want to ask you, bro, and he says, was 2J's managing the sneakers and his wife managing the business side of it?
It was 50-50 for both. She leaned back on the sneakers and she started to really focus on the business end because she was really good with numbers. Like Joni's amazing with numbers. Like Joni is, she's a computer dog. Like it's wild. She just get on the she's emailing, she's writing checks, she's emailing, she's writing checks, she's doing this. Oh yeah, order this, order. She's a beast, right? So they shared it in the beginning, and then she focused more on the business and the cutting the checks, and he was adding it up. So make sure everybody got paid on Tuesdays, and it was a perfect system they had, and even up to the point that surgeon came in, it was amazing.
Now, let me ask you this: since we kind of like on the topic of surgeon, like when you met surgeon, bro, what was your when you first met him? Did you have any snake vibes? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you
Let me
have
tell
any
you,
vibes that this was going to transpire out of what started as, them joining as urban necessity?
not surgeon. Surgeon doesn't really speak. He's very low key, very humble, chill, very like laid back. So he's like shy a little bit. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna front. Like I didn't get no vibes from him in the beginning. But the other cat from jump, from the moment I seen dude picture, I was like, nah, that ain't it.
He
I
was
saw the
hissing.
snake vibe.
Hey, he
Word
was
B. I
hissing
saw it.
then.
I saw it. I saw it, dog. I saw it. I said, but you know, again, you trying to support your people. She like, yo, you want everything to work out. You don't want to be the negative dude talking like you don't, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I told him, but I said, yo, but I'm gonna let you, you know, that's you, man. Like you know more than me. I don't do the business stuff. But if you saw something that I didn't see, God bless. I hope it works out. You know what I mean? But I knew home because Surgeon, I'll be honest with you, Surgeon, I don't think he was a bad guy in the beginning. I think this guy came and made turned him into something else with the fact that they took Jay's likeness for his weakness and they just took everything. They just like they try to pull the fast one. They try to Jay's in the middle, they clapped him out, put Surgeon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Is
So
that
it's
is
like
we talking about Dallas? We talking about Dallas? The dude Dallas, whatever
Dallas,
his name is.
Dallas and Bimbo, yeah.
Yeah,
Mimo. Yeah.
that
Listen.
he a different cat. I
Yeah.
don't even like saying his name because I know how he get down.
Yeah.
I
So
don't give you could get
yeah,
lawyers and all that. I don't
yeah,
you
yeah.
ain't gonna take
That's why
nothing
I
from
like
me
he
because I
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He a different. you- Dan, you already know what I'm talking about. He a different.
Mhm.
You know. So
Yep.
hmm
So
So
Yep.
you
let
said
me
that
ask
you
you a
didn't
question,
get no
Dan.
ill vibes from surgeon when you first met him. It was pretty much just the other guy that was hissing the whole damn time. He was on some
Yeah.
straight all the time.
I
Dan,
saw it from jump. We
Dan,
went in Louis. Go ahead, go ahead.
let me ask you a quick question. What was the offer that was put to two J's to make them jump to partner up with these individuals? Because it has to be
There,
something magnificent that has to be put on the plate for
Mm-hmm.
you to
I mean, it
invite
wasn't them
people into
that gave
something
him.
that you know.
There was others that were jumping with bigger numbers. There was others, man, but he didn't like the way they rocked. He knew they would have destroyed it like from jump, right? And then you look at the way Surgeon came into the game. Surgeon was making shoes for all these people. You know, it ain't like homeboy Mosh. Mosh was an honest cat, straight up. You know what I mean? But this dude, he was doing big things, and it just, and then they're always in the same place. They was always moving around, you know, bumping shoulders and elbows in the same room. So it was amazing. But when they came, when he got introduced to them in like the 2016, 17, something like that, like introduced, you know, and it just it was all love. You know what I mean? It was especially Surgeon. It was all love. There was no. animosity, no beef with them. They was good. Like they was good. They was going to Miami together in the beginning. They was riding around. They got Bentleys straight from Bentley. Like the corporation gave them two cars. They running up and down Collins and all that. They was doing their thing. They was moving. It was dope. But this other cat was pulling strings from behind the scenes.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
I don't really know that there was a lot of numbers. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was big, big, big numbers, and then they settled because they. You got to remember too. Everybody forgets that at that point, Jay was moving and shaking like he was good, but his mom was at the crib with Joni. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She had just got sick. I remember the phone call. You
Mhm.
know, and he called me devastated. I'm like, dog, and I let yo. Me and I don't know if y'all know Big A Customs. Me,
Hmm.
that's my
My boy
other cat that's
Ariel,
real
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He
Ariel, that's a
me and
homie.
him
That's a
jumped
homie.
on a flight. We jumped on a flight a week later and we went out there. Jay didn't even know he was coming. We just went, like, yo, we gotta support this dude because he's breaking. And when he didn't even know we coming, we got there, he broke down crying. He's like, yo, I can't thank y'all for coming, man. I can't thank y'all enough, man. And we was just like, yo, we just want to take your mind off of everything. We want to talk to Joni, see what up. I believe in, God and all that. I don't believe in doctors and all that. So I always told them
Mhm.
we don't believe in the doctor's numbers, we believe in God's numbers. You know what I'm saying? When he
Amen.
sets a date,
Right.
Amen.
that's a date.
Amen.
Yep.
So
Facts.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what I do for
100%
work.
fact.
I work in oncology, and I tell my patients that all the time.
Mhm.
yep, yep.
Like
It's a
that.
good
But
thing.
Dan, quick
Easy.
question, Dan. Why, Dan, 2J's with the connections that he had, right? He has
Yeah.
access to certain celebrities and certain people around the Vegas, and he's well connected as far as when it comes to certain individuals. Why he didn't instead of bringing two, instead of bringing shoe surgeon in, why he didn't try to partner up with the likes like Shaquille O'Neal that he loves investing in small businesses.
Shaquille O'Neal's not going to invest in something that's going to sell such high, resale. You know what I'm saying? Shaquille left Reebok to go sell cheaper sneakers in Walmart. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Shaquille's not going
this
to,
is what I was.
as much as we know about
Mhm.
Shaquille, we know what he does, right? He's amazing. Say nothing less about him. But at the same time, he's not going to go that way. Now, Jay had other people, but
Mhm.
everything was always, yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it. And Jay was at a point, Jay thought he had a time limit because of Joni.
Mm.
So he
So
was functioning.
that
He was functioning on a rush, basically on a
um,
time crunch.
I mean, think about it. They're telling you your wife's gonna live 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I know that.
You
That
know what
is
I'm saying? So
devastating. I don't
he's
believe doctors should be telling people certain things like that because, again, they doctors. It's something
yeah,
that is me-
yeah,
has the key word in front of it. It's practice
correct.
medicine. It's
Yeah,
something that you are not guaranteed. So
It's an
I
educated
agree.
guess.
shout outs to 2J and shout outs to his wife, and hopefully
Yeah, man.
things get better because we're not here to bash Jesse. So I want to make sure that we put this clear, okay? We're
Yeah, I
not
know, I know, I
here
get it.
doing this show to bash 2Js or whatever is going on. We're here to pretty much cover and get a little bit more clarification because, again, every story has three sides. We all
Of
know
course.
that.
Yeah.
His side, their side, the truth, right? The
Yeah.
truth is always caught in the middle. So we always like to hear from other individuals from the outside. We're not judges. We're not
No, I
here.
get it.
But for me, right, I am a business owner. I have my own business. I've been having my business here, and I look at certain things in the business perspective. I know that he was functioning and moving on a personal level because of the time crunch that their doctors supposedly wanted to give him. When in all reality, I fully understand that aspect of it. My wife is real ill. I want to spend as much
Mhm.
time with her. I don't want to be focusing
Yeah,
on the business. I understand that concept. My
yeah.
thing is, right, because he did show the contracts and all that stuff. What was the hesitation of shoe surgeon and his squad, the surgeon company, to sign the documents? What was the hesitation?
Because from what I was told, and this is, you know, this is real, like real talk. This is what he told me. oh, they're gonna sign, they're working on it. They just want to make sure everything's rocking. They want to make sure this is this, make sure this is that. But they do want it. They do want it. They coming and we're doing this. We're gonna make it happen. But so he went along. He, like I said, but I said this in another podcast. I said he signed with good intentions, right? And when he signed his version, I don't know what they did. They went back and revised it.
What?
They went back and switched up a lot of verbiage in the contract.
So who wrote the
What
contract? First of all, was it a
Good
lawyer
I
that
push.
wrote the
that I
contract?
couldn't tell you. I think it
Good
was a
push.
lawyer. Yes, it was a lawyer. Yes,
Because
but
if
I
it
think
was
it
a
was their
lawyer that
lawyer.
changed the contract, that has to be submitted with an amendment to the contract, to the original contract. So basically, me, I've done contract in the military and I've done contract in my personal business. You have to submit an amendment and you have to give copies of that amendment to the individual for the individual to look at the amendment and look at the new one with his
Mhm.
lawyers before, like, the exchange has to be, it can't be, oh yeah, we changed the document here, sign it. And I get it because he took blame for not looking deep into it the way he should
Yeah,
have looked at. But this is a major lawsuit if that is the case. 2J
I
has a
mean,
major lawsuit on the way if he does not have copy of both of the contracts, meaning the
yeah,
original contract.
there's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of gaps in this whole thing. So it went back and forth. He was always driving to LA, and then they would come, and then they would talk about more things, and
Shout
then he
out to
would
my
go
boy
back.
Santana on the room.
Yeah.
They
Yes,
were
sir.
doing
Sneaker
they were
room is
doing
in the
back and forth.
building.
It was back and forth a very long time, and then it went into like a hiatus. It just went into limbo, and they came in and they started doing stuff at the store, and then Surgeon started teaching classes on Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays in the store, and it went all over the place. Though he just wanted to bring them in, and they were rushing to get in too, not to sign the contract, but they were rushing to get in because let's be honest, Jay was way more popular in the sneaker game than Surgeon, especially because he was with the people.
Yeah. At that
Jay
time.
was with the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time he was with the people. He was at the sneaker cons. You would catch him at any sneaker event or whatever. He used to go to sneaker travelers. He would do it all. Like he would just move and shake that way because he loved being around with the people. You couldn't tell him nothing. Even if he wasn't buying anything, he was just loved being amongst the people and just talking the sneaker game, man. That's him. That was just him. So when they came in, they occupied him a little bit with certain things. Hey, go to this. Hey, go to that. Why don't you go over here and talk to this person? Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they were coming in doing some snake stuff. You know what I mean? They were trying to do this, and then they were putting their peoples in place.
So
You
it
know what I
was a
mean? They
setup
put
from the beginning.
So,
It was a
yeah,
so
setup from the
no, yo,
very
dog,
beginning.
this
not for
makes
nothing. It
sense then.
was. It was. They placed a lot of their people at
Hmm.
certain points when he was busy taking Joni to another big hospital, or
Hmm.
she was going through it with the chemo, and then Jay's also going through it. In the midst of it too, when everything got nasty, his father died. You know what I'm saying? And it was like all these things, man. And they just knew he was, occupied, and he
He
wasn't
was
really
vulnerable.
in.
Man. Well, I got this. I got this. Did anybody advise him to check with a lawyer, bro, when he was going through that paperwork? Like, cause
He took it to a
anything he didn't
lawyer.
even have a lawyer overlook the shit. He just did it off a GP.
Nah, he had one. He had a. It wasn't. I guess it wasn't officially, but it was a guy. I guess looked at it that was a lawyer, but it wasn't really paid. Like it was just like, yo, it look good. I bet. Let's go.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no.
That's the dumbest lawyer I've ever seen in my life.
In my life,
Well,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
thing,
That's
it's
I
a
don't,
it's
I
a
don't,
lot of stuff.
I
Like I
don't
said,
blame.
that part of it
Yeah.
for me,
Well, well, you got to
you know,
understand, man. Maybe he's not all in the clear. Maybe he's not perfect. You feel me? Like,
No, that's
he's
what I'm
not
saying.
perfect, and
Like
that's what
he's
I want
not.
everybody to
That's
understand.
what exactly.
There's
Yeah.
fault on both sides.
Hmm.
There's
Hmm.
fault on. Let's be honest. That's my dog. There's fault on both sides. And
Exactly.
he knows
Yep.
that. That's what he's trying to tell you now.
That's what.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, fault on both sides, but one had worse intentions than the other. Right?
Exactly.
One was doing a lot of damage while the other one was trying to make it bigger. So they occupied him, yo, go talk to this person, go do this while we over here doing this. So like when everything was said and done, when he signed, then we had that anniversary. I think it was the eighth or the ninth
Hmm.
anniversary.
Hmm.
And this is when Surgeon did those New Balance for
Mm-hmm.
the store. So Surgeon had set up a whole display in the store, right? He had all the Gucci ones and all these, all the exotic joints that nobody could afford really. So, and I was like, yo, these are gonna like, 'cause let's be real. We sneakerheads in here, right? Well, who's paying 10 bands for some shoes? Right? Who's
Yeah,
paying 10 bands for
Never,
not
those?
happening, bro.
Right?
never,
Like,
Hey,
never.
dog, come on.
fellas,
I
I gotta
seen
roll out. I gotta roll out,
You hear
Dan.
that,
It was a
All right,
pleasure
JB?
JB.
meeting you,
pleasure, dog.
my
Salute,
people.
JB.
Be
We'll catch
easy.
up with you,
Hey, I'll
Playboy.
see you tomorrow, sneaker room. Peace out, fellas.
You already
Yeah,
know the vibes, JB.
Yo.
my guy JB, man. He got a family engagement. He got to get up out of here, so we got to hold him
Hey,
down.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah,
Oh,
so we had that anniversary, man, and again, like I said, nobody's buying 10 band sneakers.
Hmm.
Not on the regular,
Not
right? So
regular. Yeah, not regular.
yeah, so I was like, yo, who's y'all really stressing these expensive joints? Like, what's good with this? Like, that's not gonna move. Let's be real. You're gonna get a couple cats two, three, four times a year, maybe big baller cats that come in here and do it, but they're not really moving like that. So then I started to hear a lot of that little story, right? So Surgeon, it cost Surgeon two bands to make them, 1,500 to two bands to make them, because it's all taken from a bag that he bought that he can make five, six pairs from. So he paid two, three bands for the bag or whatever, and then he was marking it up to the store for seven. He
damn.
was charging UN seven,
I mean,
and then
look,
turning around and putting
Three.
telling Jay to
Yeah.
sell them for 10.
Yeah. To put that in. Yeah. Hmm.
everybody do that though. Louis Vuitton do it. Everybody do
But
that.
but again, we're talking that's their stuff. This is Surgeon making it. You see what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be partners. Where's the split?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
What? Hold on.
saying?
Wait a minute. There was no split with that, bro.
No, that's
No,
what
he
I'm
was
telling you.
pocketing
Hear
it.
me
Yeah.
out. Hear me. So he was he it would charge 2,000. I mean, it would cost Surgeon two bands, right?
Yeah.
Then he was selling it to UN for seven,
Damn, that's crazy.
and then telling Jay, "Yo, mark it up at 10."
Yeah, that's wild right there. So he making money on the front end.
That's exactly
Yeah.
my point.
Man.
Exactly my point.
That's wild.
So this is, like I said, being, I have to say, just being game goofy and thinking it's good, but then in the back of your mind that, yo, this ain't, nah, this isn't.
It
I
was
don't
a
want.
lot, man. There
Yeah.
was a lot of stuff that went down, and it was like even with the Saudi Arabia store, they got these cats. That was a separate entity. They just licensed the name off of Jay.
Yeah.
So they come and Jay been messing with those people for I don't know how many years. They love Jay. They still love Jay. There's no beef with Jay at all. They told him, yo, Surge is not even allowed over here. Those are the people that are in charge of tourism for the Middle East.
He can't
And
even
they're
go over
telling,
there.
nah, they say, yo, we see his name on the list. He's off. He's not coming in.
Mm.
Surgeon in Dallas, they're not allowed. So what they did was they come and they make it look pretty. They bring all this stuff. Jay got everything done, shipped everything over there, and they stayed there for 2 weeks, and then they came back, and there was a deal that was done. So they said, look, when we need more merch, whatever it is, we'll call you and you just print it up, ship it out, right? I'm just talking merch now. I'm not talking about shoes. So they were like, yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're doing. Now they're already telling Jay he doesn't have control no more at this point. Jay's just a face.
Hmm.
right? So they're like, yo, you whatever you say doesn't even matter. They're just pushing them out slowly. So a month in to the store in Saudi, they run out of merch. And these cats are calling Dallas and Surgeon like, yo, can we get some more stuff? They don't answer. 6 months, 6 months later, they call Jay. Because again, Jay's not part of it. They still talk to Jay, but they're not bringing it up because they
Yeah,
know these guys are in charge of everything. They never answered these people at all.
they just
They
left
never
them on
even
red,
bothered.
bro.
Left them out there in the cold. Left
Oh,
them out there.
that's bro. That
Bad
that's
business.
insane,
So
bro.
you so again, this is me telling you about other people that still to this day love Jay, still want to do business. They offer it. Like, yo, whatever you need. Want to do something else, let's do it.
I'm gonna tell you
But
one thing. If this all true on his behalf, he can make a movie or a documentary and make some bread off of this.
nah, he's
Yeah,
he look, even if it don't go his way, he can still do that. Let's keep it 100, right? That's the way life is. But at the end of the day, the truth's gonna come out. The truth's gonna
Facts.
come out, dog. It's not,
Hmm.
these are not, and look, okay, yeah, I got the bias because I'm JC's friend, and I get
Mhm.
it, but I can tell you when he did wrong, and I can tell you when they did wrong, right?
Yeah,
From
yeah,
what I
yeah.
saw. But at the end of the day, there was more dirt on their end that I saw because Jay was keeping it 100. Jay was making moves strategically to move me out there because he wanted me to work at the store. So
Wow.
we had been in talks for years about this. And then finally, when my pops passed away, he was like, "Yo, pack your stuff, dog. At the end of the year, the house is gonna be done. You coming? All right, no problem, dog." I talked to my wife. Whatever we did, we were like, "All right, you know what? Talk to the kids." I'm like, "Yo, this might be a good little thing we doing." So we packed up everything in the December 23, and we booked it. We drove out there. We moved, and that's when I started to see the real surgeon in Dallas, right?
Mm.
Because now they're like nothing. The store don't even look like the store anymore.
What? When was this? What's the? What,
December of 23,
okay,
Hold
going
on
into
one
pause
second.
right there.
24.
Pause right there, because
Yo,
this is like a
yo.
serious question that I wanted to ask, bro. If so, we see two J's now, bro, with a lot of energy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why did he not have this same energy back then, bro?
Okay. They wanted to hit him with uh cease and desist. Like or they wanted him not to speak. They said if you speak, we'll take everything. They literally told him, and he not
Mm-hmm.
knowing any better, thinking the way, thinking, oh man, maybe I should make waves right now. And I'm like, dog, you gotta talk. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta talk. Like you gotta get this off like now. He's like, yo, they're not gonna let me. I'm trying to get this bread that they give me because he wanted to do it the right way and gracefully just walk away into the sunset because they were gonna pay him. But they kept denying the money. They kept using his credit card to buy more stuff. They kept doing all these different things and it never worked out in his favor. So, and then every time, excuse me, every time that he spoke up a little bit, they would come and be like, yo, but you can't talk, yo, don't open your mouth, B, because you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna make sure you get nothing. So
Damn.
he's like, damn, dog, like, what do I do? I remember him coming to my crib, we in the back, we smoking a cigar. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, dog. I'm like, what you want to do? We could do it their way, we could do it our way. Because I'm taking them out. Them cats didn't want me in the room. They don't mess with me at all. But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I told him, and Jay knows. Jay used to give me the pep talk when we get to his place. Yo, D, we're going inside. This ain't what you think it is. Still out. All right, just let them talk. I'm like, yo, there's no talking at this point, B.
Yeah.
Let's silence these cats on the regular. Like this a rap. Like, nah, D, chill, please, yo. They don't even want me to bring you, dog. They want you outside. I'm like, yo, all right. Out of love for you, I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to mess it up for you. You know what I'm
So
saying?
they threatened him with
But
the bag. basically, if he said anything back then, they just threatened him with the bag. Period. They were like, "You
So
not
and in the midst of it, he's trying to start social services. But they're already telling him if you start something, we coming for it. We coming for whatever you making now. They actually wanted him to have a non-compete for 2 to 3 years, not to do anything. No consulting, no nothing.
That's crazy, bro." Let me
Yeah,
ask you
Hey,
this.
yeah.
Let me ask you
can
this.
I
I
can
got
I
to get
answer?
this question from
Can I
JB.
answer that? Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Will. Go ahead, and then I
Because I
get
was
to
gonna.
JB.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna answer his question right there. I'm gonna just tell you right now, JB. It's 50-50. And what I mean by that, there was some employees doing some shady stuff with the sneakers. There was a lot of
Mhm.
employees doing some shady stuff with the sneakers. Not all of them. Some of them are not even there anymore because they did the damage that they did and they left. And I
Hmm.
know that, and I know that firsthand because these cats like reached out to me when they started seeing some stuff. So yeah, like there is truth to that quote unquote rumor. A lot of
Yeah,
truth to it. Yeah.
Mm,
yeah.
that's crazy. Greater footsteps say, man, why y'all trying to paint Surgeon out to be the bad guy? Two J's went to him. Surgeon didn't seek out two J's.
No, that's not true either. They seeked
Nah,
out each
man.
other. They were seeking each other out.
Nah,
Because remember
it's
something. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 1,000 right here, right?
Mhm.
Surgeon wasn't popping like that. That's what
But
people
two J's
seem to
was.
forget. They got caught in the glitz and the glamour because he was making cues for this person and that person. But Surgeon didn't have a market.
Mhm.
He needed a platform to serve what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
Jay was the platform. Jay was the one that he needed. He needed Jay's
He was the
street.
goat.
You know what I'm saying? Like he needed his
Mhm.
avenue. He needed the whole thing. Let's keep it 100. Surgeon was Surgeon. I'm not taking nothing away from him.
But what about 2J platform help surgeon? Like, I don't get it. If he's charging 10 bands in the store, how's that helping him?
Well, because this is the point. Where else is he gonna do that?
He could do it at sneaker con. He could do it with celebrities. He could do it at
It's
nah,
not
a
gonna
bunch of
work.
shows.
You're not
it
gonna
wasn't
reach as many people.
not at that time, Santana, not at that time.
You're
Because
not
if
gonna reach. You're not gonna reach half.
even at that time, I even remember with like Dancing with the Stars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Surgeon was moving at a way to where he needed somebody else who had notoriety to
Hmm.
help lift him up
Mhm.
to do that. Because I'm remembering the timetable. Now it's all coming back to me, bruh. Nobody knew of him like that.
What year was
Nobody.
that?
I
What
I
year was
definitely
that?
didn't.
20,
You're talking like 2017,
10.
20,
I
yeah,
de-
2018.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we definitely knew who shoe surgeon was in
No, we all knew
2017.
what
No,
he was, but
but
when
I'm
was he
talking
doing?
about the
He was doing
level.
one-offs.
Yeah, but the level to where he got pushed up to where it was like, yo, tap in with him, where more the celebrities was coming, like from the
Mm,
different athletes to the musicians and stuff like that. He
Mhm.
needed somebody else to basically catapult him into a different stratosphere to get out here.
correct,
That's
correct.
right.
He
Mm.
needed that.
Well, he definitely took advantage of that situation, bro. That ain't no
Yeah.
Definitely.
lie. Now, let me ask you this, bro, because I touched on it about the energy that two J's got now versus what he had back then. Are you or anybody that you know, bro, now in his ear? That's a lot of people are saying that's putting his battery in his back, that making him want to go do this type of stuff, bro. To where now he's doing podcasts, he's busting down doors at the store. A lot of people are saying it's crashing out. I don't, me personally, I don't think he's crashing out, but a
Me
lot of
neither.
people are saying he crashing
Mm-mm.
out, bro. It's, you know what I'm saying, like this
I
whole thing.
mean,
What's your thought process on that?
Hey yo, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Playboy.
All right.
Shout out to my guy Santana.
so so my my opinion on this is that it was a long time coming. We have been telling him to do this for a long time, right? So again, he was scared. Let's keep it up. Jay's not even an aggressive person, bro. Like Jay don't have nothing to do with guns. Jay don't have nothing to do with street cats like that. You know what I mean? Like he got friends that are street cats, but Jay's not the street cat. Jay is the
Hmm.
mom. You know what I'm saying? Jay's like, if you know, Jay's the dude you want to protect at all times because he knows what he's doing business wise. He knows he could excel us to the next level, right? So, um, but it is only so much you can take, right?
Hmm.
And if you're gonna lose it, you at least gonna go out fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you
You're gonna
taking
go out making
somebody
a
with
point.
you. You taking somebody with you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
That's
because
about, you know what I
cause
Mm-hmm.
mean?
I had a conversation with somebody earlier, and I was trying to tell them, and they're coming from more of a business side of how things look. But I'm
Mhm,
telling them, I'm like, you damn, I said, you got to understand, you put your blood, sweat, and tears, everything into this. And somebody who ain't, you built this from the ground up.
yeah.
And then you got somebody who comes in and tries to take from you. Not only are they stealing from you, they personally attacking your character,
Mhm.
personally attacking your family and everything to it. How the hell you expect me to react when somebody coming after
Mm-hmm.
me like that?
It's a
You
Yeah,
ticking
can only
time
be quiet
bomb.
for so long. So now I'm out
yeah,
here, and I have to say this. So now I'm out here. You thinking I'm looking crazy when somebody out here trying to make me look like I'm not who I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be? You after my
right.
whole reality.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
You after
yep.
all that. You trying to take
'Cause-
everything from me. So hell
Yeah,
yeah, I'm going to be acting a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
You're
even
doggone
if
right I am.
Kicking asses
e-
and taking names.
yeah, even
Yeah,
if you back a puppy into a corner, he's gonna fight you eventually.
exactly.
He's gonna
Period.
growl, right? He's gonna growl
Yeah.
at you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm saying. So he's at that point now where he's like, yo, if I'm gonna go down, though, let it be, man. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna expose people now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I told him to do this a long time ago, but I guess for him the timing wasn't right. And again, he wasn't at this point. It took for everything to really, and then they, you know, to really go down, and then for them to paint a picture. But you know, it's messed up because he waited so long because now he looks guilty, right? He looks really guilty at the same time.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's
Hmm.
unfortunate because
Mm-hmm.
the ones that were around him saw the truth. You know, they saw there was so many different little things that he did for so many people. You know, new sneaker resellers, people starting out, or you know, advice for this, and you know, oh yo, I need this. Can you get me? Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna take care of it. No problem. Yo, Jay's that guy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they all saw that too. You know, and then they took this kindness for weakness.
Yep.
Took advantage
So
of it.
there was meetings that we went to, and Dallas would be like, "Yo, why don't you just me and you go outside and just fight for whatever? Like, let's do it."
Hold on. He told two J's that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Jay's telling me this, and I'm like, "So what you want to do?"
they gonna shoot the foul one, bro, outside.
Jay is not like again.
Hmm.
First off,
And then
Dallas is like 6'2",
yeah,
right?
he's yeah.
Jay's 5'5", 5'6", right? And he's a non-aggressive person. There's not a fighting bone in his body, right? Like he don't do that.
He passive aggressive.
God
So
dang.
now,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm like, yo, why'd you bring me in, bro? Because I don't, I can't, right? There's a lot of things I want to say, but I don't want, you know, do it. I don't want to go down like that. You heard, like
Right.
Fact.
because they know I come from Mayor's block. That's
Hmm.
my block. I'm from over
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
I'm on the West Coast and I respect all you, right? But if it's coming to me or my family, it's not going down like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Like
All
I'm
smoke is invited.
locked in. You know what I mean? So I'm locked in. It is what it is. But so Jay's like, yo, D, we can't do it. I'm like, again, I'm gonna tell you, I was like, yo, whatever you want to do, though. However you want to handle it. He said, yo, we gotta do it the right way. I said,
Let me
let's do
read
it
this
the right
up
way.
quick. He said, my guy Brian said, Bruss shoe surgeon hit two J's with the old pump fake and the okie dokie, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Big facts.
Pretty much.
Uh my guy JB Urban Plus says though, what about the accusations of the stolen shoes?
That's what.
Ah, yeah. I was waiting for that one.
Go ahead, Dan. That's what.
I
Go ahead.
was
Go
waiting for that one.
ahead.
So you talking about when they accused him of Jay stealing shoes?
I guess that's what is that what they saying out there? Like he was
Okay, so
Yeah.
they said that he was stealing shoes. Yes, the Urban
Mm-hmm.
Necessities post that was brought up, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could you steal from yourself?
Make it
That's
make
a question
sense.
I've been wanting to ask a lot of people. Am
The
I that
fuck?
crazy, or if
This
I own
mine. How about
something,
stealing my
I'm gonna
shit?
go, yo, like, yo, don't tell my wife I took the water. Like, come on, B, that's yours. That's his
Hello?
stuff. Even if it was consigned stuff, that's his store, right? So here we go. They go and he asked for his. They fired him. I believe it was March or April, something around there, right? I forget the time. I'm not good with the time now, but I remember because he came to my house directly. Yo, you can't believe that. Yo, they deaded me. I'm like, nah, they didn't dead you, though. There's no way. He's like, nah, they did, dog. They did. I got no bread coming in. They took everything. They locked me out from the account. They got my credit card. They still using it for the business. And I'm like, nah. So he called them like 2 days later, like, yo, can I at least get my stuff? He was like, yo, he sent this cat Paul and Carlos the list. And Isaac is the other guy that's involved in all that. He
Mm-hmm.
told them, yo, like, here's my list. You know, this is what I got. I'm consigning myself in the store. And these all these uh items belong to me. And he said, I'll be there tomorrow to pick them up. All right. So we go. We went to the U-Haul. Now Jay had just had surgery too. That's another thing. Jay couldn't even lift a box.
Yeah.
So I'm there for that. Right? Whatever Jay needed, I'll be the logistics of it, whether it's picking up shit, whatever it was. So um we go and we start getting boxes and I'm putting them on the truck. He said, hold up, before you put that on the truck, let me check. They ain't even give him his stuff.
Bro, this is a lot of
Mm,
stuff, bro. We have not heard. Let me get this dono out the way real quick.
Go ahead.
I've never heard that, bro. I've never heard that. My guy Mike said being successful is like being pregnant, bro. You know what I'm talking about, bro? Everybody, you know what I'm saying, bro.
I know where he got that. That's one of Ariel's lines. Ariel put me up on
Listen,
that. That's
also
a good one. I love that.
also Greater Footsteps hit us with another one, bro. Greater Footsteps says, "Where is the contracts then?" He said,
Yeah, that's
"Why?"
something I want to know.
You know what I'm saying? Why not put them out? Post the contracts.
Hmm.
I think
I think
everybody's scared to
he's
show real
waiting on
work
that.
because they might both get in trouble.
That could be a possibility. I have no idea why they haven't on both sides because when it's written, it's written. You can't change what's written, right? For the moment. So
Hmm.
um I believe they're both trying to keep that in their pocket for now. They probably both got things they want to talk about, like, surprise type things. But for the most part, the contract situation is going to be that I don't even like I can't even speak on it. I never saw the contract. I never
Now,
saw the
is it
contract.
is it true? 2J said if certain things get out, bro, about what's going on, somebody from shoe surgeons camp going to jail. Like it's enough to somebody's going to jail behind that shit.
I mean,
So
there's
saw that too.
You saw
there's
that too, Steph?
plenty
Yeah, I saw that.
there's plenty of
Somebody going
stuff.
to
There's plenty of stuff that they should, a lot of backdoor situations, sneakers
Bro,
disappearing. Like there was a pair of LeBrons that Mayer was given,
hmm
very rare, Knicks colored LeBrons, right?
Yes.
Um, they, y'all all know who Mayer is, right? So it is what it is.
yeah. Yeah.
Mayer is a sneakerhead. Mayer is a businessman, but Mayer is a street dude, 100%, right? He locked into them streets too. So, but a very beautiful man, very humble dude, good people, and loves Jay to death. Right? There's a lot that he's done for Jay, and I mean, it's real. So those shoes disappeared.
hmm
Those shoes, they're priceless at this point. Nobody even knows how much they were. Those shoes disappeared.
Gone.
And yeah, and Jay's like, bro, I asked, and Jay, that was one of the things that were on the list that he told to go pick up, right? They were
I,
like,
I,
oh, we don't know. We thought you had them. He was like, yo, they were in the store for display. Why would I have them? Why would I take that home? They were given to us for display. All right, cool. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Somebody made a phone call. Them shoes popped up.
Yeah,
Them shoes popped
because
up.
I was
Bet they
about to say,
did.
bro, with everything being stolen out of there, and maybe I'm crazy, bro, for asking this question, but I know
Mm.
damn well they got cameras in them. Why ain't nobody
Yeah,
running tape back? Why ain't you know what I'm saying? Like, what's
I believe the
going on, bro?
cameras, the cameras were gone
Cut.
You could manipulate
months,
certain
maybe. You
things.
know, yeah, you could make things
Mhm.
disappear on the camera, dog. Let's keep it
Hmm
100. We can do that from an
hmm
app.
Mhm.
You
hmm
And
know what
what
I mean? And
about
then on top of that, these cats are running it from over there. So,
hmm
and what about them
Yeah,
him
because
saying
depending
that
on what kind of servers they're using, they could have cut them from
yeah,
their phones. They can
that's what I'm
cut them
saying.
from computers or anything like that, and they
Yep.
never see or know a thing. Make it look like a glitch.
That's one of them things that you got to leave it up to whatever. Like that's
Mhm.
you can never.
You'll
Nobody's
never
gonna get
know.
down. Yeah, that's neither here nor there now.
I got in
did
And
y'all talk
contact.
also,
about
I personally had got in contact with an employee that used to work there, and one of the reasons why he left because he saw certain things that was going down, and he humbly left because there was people in there doing fraudulent. Out of his loyalty to Jay, he wind up leaving because he didn't want it. Because when Surgeon started bringing in his crew and his people,
Yep.
like I said, people start getting sticky fingers and start doing certain things
Yep.
and taking advantage of the situation in a major way. And I'm not talking about taking no no off white. I'm talking about taking some shit that really got value.
Yep.
Just
yeah,
Yep.
the greatest footsteps said, see, that's what I'm telling you. A lot of excuses, but no real facts.
excuses as far as what, like what real facts, because when you're sitting around here got lawyers involved, there's only so much that you can sit around here and post and do stuff like that. We got to sit
Mhm.
around here and think with our head. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
this ain't no live TV show. This is people's lives right here.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you can only go so far. So those three entities and those people who are actually into it, if they want to show that stuff, they will. But even
Mhm.
as me, especially me and Dan over here, who are biased because we are, you know what I'm saying, really close to Jay, even there's certain things that I was on the phone with this guy and talking to him that I'm not even going to say. I know what he's
Hmm.
Mhm.
up to and I know what he's going through. But because of the fact that I love that dude, I'm not gonna sit around here and say stuff. There's a lot that I know that I'm not gonna speak on.
Yep.
Mhm.
you
But when you got contracts and you got lawyers and people really do, man, that pen is always mightier than the sword,
Mhm.
bro.
Yep.
Your
You know
livelihood
what
is
I'm
at
saying?
stake.
Like this is real life, man. I
Yep.
Mhm.
don't forget all that, man. This is real life. This is somebody's life right here, man.
It's
Mhm.
facts.
Y'all want the entertainment. I'm not here to
Yeah.
entertain you. I'm here to tell you what's real from what we know and how far we can speak up on it.
so
You know
what
what I'm
about
Mhm.
saying?
they put out that statement talking about he took a loan to pay for his house or something like that. What's up
hold
with
on, but
that?
don't answer that yet. Don't answer that yet. Let me read the dono real quick, Santana. That's a good question though, bro. For real. Bro, those sneakers got backdoored like a Travis Scott release. That one, bro. Facts. Like my boy Skip go hard say. Facts.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now back to my guy Santana. Back to my guy Santana. Go ahead. What you were saying now, Santana?
I mean, I just seen a statement that they was accusing him of taking a loan out to pay for his house and some other stuff.
His Air
You know?
Max, his Air Max card, and his trip to
Japan.
Japan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, to Japan to buy
Yeah.
some bait.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so nice.
Mhm.
That's cute and all that. They bring that up, but it's written, dog. Like when he went, that was his credit card, dog. Again, you stealing from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing. Like what are we talking about? And the house. The house was Dallas's idea because he wanted to have a place for the managers that came from LA
But are
that
they
he
50?
trusted.
Are they 50-50 or is 2J more of an ownership than
No,
Surgeon?
it was supposed to be 50-50.
So if
But
it's
there
50-50,
was
you can't just go out and take a loan like it's your own credit card. It's half of your credit card.
understood. But that specific credit card was his. That wasn't the company's.
Mhm.
So
That wasn't
I
the
don't.
company's card. That's JC Lopez's card.
Yeah, so I don't even know why he mentioned it then. Shouldn't have even said
Because they're
nothing.
trying to create a narrative of something that's not there. You understand what I'm saying?
People always
I hear
leave.
what you're saying because that question is perfect. That question is amazing because it's the truth. But the truth of the matter is, when you have a business credit card and you got a JC Lopez credit card, and you owe JC Lopez money on top of that, and he's trying to make money for the store too, and still sell stuff in the store at the same time that he's trying to bring back everything to a better, like a plateau. They're trying to even out the playing field. And then they go, oh, let's buy a house because we got people that we want to bring from LA and California that we want to work the store, but we need a place to stay because it's going to be too expensive for a hotel and this, that, and the third. So let's go buy another house. All right, let's do that. So Jay was like, cool, let's do it.
So
What?
greater
There was nothing done.
footsteps, greater footsteps, bro. He on 2J's neck tonight. So
No,
he
that's
said
cool.
if 2J's has lawyers involved, then why he doing so much? His lawyer's supposed to be doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could care less about the entertainment. I care about the truth coming out.
Then
Okay,
stay
so
tuned. Then stay
yeah,
tuned.
and stay tuned. That's all I can tell
Then
you
then then
because
then stay tuned because it's deeper than what you think. What he puts out there is what he wants the people who don't know what's going on to actually know. There's levels to this shit, man. There's
yeah, you got to
levels to this
chase the
shit.
narrative
So
with
you
another
want
narrative.
That's right. You got to
exactly. So
breadcrumb
at
it
the
the
end of
whole
the day,
way.
all I can sit around here and say is stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's love. Hey, look,
Well,
everybody wants to see a car crash.
let me
Sometimes you
ask
want
you.
to see two of them.
Stay tuned.
I got another
Stay tuned.
question too. I seen the video of 2J trying to walk in his store through the back door. The security guard didn't want to let him in. Then he walks in the store. I mean, before he walked in the store, he seen a truck getting loaded, and he started accusing him from backdooring or something like that. And he was like, "Yo, I'm just here to drop off some sneakers to consign." So that
No,
goes back to
Now
what
he
Stro
was
was
picking
saying.
them up.
he was
He
picking
was
them
picking
up.
them up,
So
Santel.
you
He was
said that
picking
he
them
was
up.
consigning with them earlier, and he was picking them up.
Oh, so
But
he's picking
again,
them up. So
but
was he?
again,
Is that considered a crash out, or he just?
no. I mean, well, if all right, so if that's your spot and everything's going on, and this is you, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna suspect anybody from anything
yeah,
for anything, right? You're
yeah.
not gonna understand. Like you don't know. You trying to understand. You trying to get the idea of what's going on. Because again, he hasn't been allowed in the store for months.
Okay. Yeah,
So when you pull up and you see a truck being loaded, it's like, "Ah, hold up, wait up, what we doing?" And then thinking
yeah,
that you're gonna catch them doing something, you know what I mean? Just keep it 100. That's just the way
yeah.
your first thoughts. Like if you see a chick talking to another dude, you gonna be like, "Yo,
Is
what you
there
doing?"
Mm.
is there a reason why he wasn't there for months?
Yeah, they fired him.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine.
On the on this, yeah, it
There,
showed
there
that.
was a clause in the contract that said he could be fired and no longer paid. But when I guess within the contract, there was something that said he was now an employee, no longer
Owner.
control of ownership.
Hmm.
So so when he said you legally you gotta let me in here, it's my store. So if he's fired, how,
They don't.
it's just kind of
But
confusing
it's
right
all
there.
okay. So here's the thing, right? And I know where it gets confusing because one person saying this, one person saying that. This means this means that. But he's an employee; he can get fired, but he's still liable for 50% of the business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So if I'm still liable, I'm walking in like that's mine still,
Now, greater
right?
Hmm.
footsteps is back again, though.
yeah. I mean, I
Greater
would
He hitting
too.
it
footsteps.
tonight.
Greater
No,
footsteps
this is
say
real.
so. It's technically not his spot though. He said if they had a contract that pushed 2J's out, then it's not his store.
Yes, but he's still liable for whatever happens as they go out of business, right?
Hmm.
I
You
want
understand what I'm
people to
saying?
Yeah, he
go
made
ahead.
that.
Go ahead and
He
say
said that. He
he
said
said
that.
that.
And for those of y'all hold on, hey, Doe, real quick before you say that, because a lot of people are tuning in. So for everybody that's tuned in, for the 50 people that are in here right now, bro, Duffel Bag got a very, very close relationship with 2J's and Urban Necessities, bro. He been down with 2J's for over what you say, Duffel Bag over
30
30
years.
years. So he got a lot of inside intel about this whole situation, bro. He and Doug both. Double bag just more because he's
hmm
been riding with two
hmm
J's till the wheels done fell off. So he's here, bro, to tell what he's seen and heard. So for the 50 people that's in here right now, that's what's going on, bro. That's what's going on. He know a lot that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, now I'm gonna get out of the way. Where were we at? Get out the way.
No, he was just answering the question about, you know what I'm saying. It's
The
technically
contract in the
not
store,
the contract in the store, and it's technically not his store.
It's not
But
his store, but at
but
the
it
end of the
is.
day, he's liable for everything. So when it goes down, while it's good, he has no power. But when it goes down, he got all the power.
that's
So insurance wise, he's responsible. But when it
Correct.
comes to the actual store, the
Yeah.
building itself, he's no
Yeah.
longer in control
Yeah.
or
He's the
ownership
only
to
one with
clear
no
it up.
parachute. The
Right.
plane going down, he the only one with no parachute. That's what it is.
but
Okay.
but yet but yet when stuff like I said, everything's going this way. JC's a bad guy now. He's a bad guy. He's a scapegoat. He's got to take all
Yeah.
that. They want
hmm
to answer him. But hold
Yeah,
up,
that's
That's
messed
the
up.
risk you take being in the
That's what I'm
spotlight,
saying.
though.
Surgeon
No,
managers.
that's
That's what
the
I'm saying.
risk you take when you sign
That's a
something. That's
risk.
it.
That is
Yeah,
a
I
risk
know.
you take
That is a
Agreed.
risk you
because
Agreed.
take.
he
But
was the
what
original
I'm
face
saying is
here.
he was original face here. I totally understand all that. But what I'm
Yeah.
hmm
saying is for all the people who are coming out there, why ain't y'all asking Surgeon those same questions?
Right.
It should be.
I
It
mean,
should be.
Yeah,
they should
It
be.
should
I
be.
agree. They should be
And
asking.
Because it's two
I'm sure
sides to
they are,
every
but they're not
story.
talking either.
Yeah,
They're not really saying much on their end. So
that's what I'm saying.
And
That's
that's
my
because
whole
they
point.
probably know they
It's
did some
easier to
undercut
paint.
shit
Yeah, it's
to
easier.
two J's
Yeah,
so they can't speak on what they've done because they know everything they've done is shady as shit.
yeah, and everything is real
Yeah.
nice on the phone, and
How,
hmm
how you not liable? How you get hired and the business, and then you still liable? That doesn't make any sense at all. That shit don't make no
again,
It's
I
that,
sense.
know
that's how they
you're
do
100
it on the
percent correct.
contract, though.
It doesn't, but it's that's where the fine
That's
print comes in.
that's the
Those
fine print
fine
come in.
lines that people tend to just look over. It says, "Hey, okay, you can apply for this credit card and you
Yeah,
can get 20% now, but if you're not approved, you still don't get the 20%." Like when you're in a store, it's that
yeah,
fine
So,
line that
and
people fail to read. But it seems
yeah.
like to me they did some sneaky shit after he signed it and flipped
so
some
I
things
wonder
around with a
how.
crooked lawyer.
but I
So
believe we're all in agreement to where we can honestly say that Jay was game goofy at the beginning of all this, right?
Yeah.
hmm
yeah,
He didn't sit around there and make sure he protected himself.
No.
yeah.
Right.
Let me ask
No.
you this though. Let me ask y'all this though. When let's go back to in the conversation where Duffelbag said that two J's came up and he pulled his sneakers out. Is that's what you said, right? Like he got his sneakers out of there?
He was
Okay,
trying to
so
get his sneakers out. They didn't give it to him.
my question would be at that point in time when he saw everything going down and people are getting their sneakers out now, why didn't somebody tell people back then get your sneakers out? When he got his, I would have been telling everybody else, get your hey,
I'm
you
a,
better get your shit too, bro.
I'm gonna let Will. I'm gonna let Will handle that question.
Bro, Mo already, but for the people, I'm explaining this to some of the people on the panel and some of the
Go
people.
ahead.
Me and Dan was at SneakerCon 2024. We was talking and rapping. He pulled me to the side and was like, "Yo, bro, shit's pretty much ugly. You got sneakers in the store. Go grab them and get them out." All right, bet. I took his word, did what I had to do. While I'm there at SneakerCon, I'm spreading the word. Yo, if you got shoes over here, I'll tell you the details later. Just take my word for it. Go get them out. Cass was still being goofy.
Yep.
This is a year. It's almost pretty much a 1 year anniversary. Am I not right, Dan? From that
No, you're
time
right. You're right.
it's almost about a year.
Yep.
I've been known about this, bro. Been known about this. Did what I had to do. Hit up many resellers and store owners, telling them, and what they
Yep.
do. No, you sure this and that? I'm like, bro, who you talking to, bro? I'm not going to just tell you this. This should be. I know what you invested and what you got. Now here they are. My phone has still not stopped bugging since this has been out. It's been
Every
what,
day.
3 weeks? It's been
Yep.
almost about 3 weeks. My phone still hasn't stopped buzzing from resellers and store owners. Yo, bro, how can I get in contact? How can I get this? And guess what? I can't help you now. A lot of stuff
Nope.
is
Yep.
gone, bro. A lot of stuff is
Mm-hmm.
gone.
A lot of stuff
You
Should have
gotta
gone.
eat that loss.
listened. Should
I
have
hate
And
I
listened.
I
hate to
was
say
telling
it.
cats at SneakerCon as well.
Yep. Yep.
Right, I was doing the same thing, like because I was like, yo, whatever you
Mm-hmm.
do. And Jay was being asked, yo, what's up with the store?
Yep.
I'm not there no more. Go talk to them.
Yep.
Jay was
Mm-hmm.
being very transparent
Yes,
without
he was.
being foul at the same time. Yo, talk
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
to them.
But
Exactly.
how long is
Why
it?
was Surgeon not at SneakerCon? You know what I'm saying? You want to know why Surgeon didn't show up to certain events,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I
Why?
tell you what he showed up to. Super Bowl weekend, Jay had a whole bunch of things lined up. He had a Gatorade event. He had a couple of other NFL events that he was supposed to do that he got himself in. All of a sudden, Surgeon's peoples came and swapped him out and put
Mm,
Surgeon in. So now he wasn't allowed in these places. You know
What?
what I'm saying? So there was events that Jay was supposed to be at, right? He was scheduled to be at Super Bowl weekend in Vegas. I mean, let's be real. All this when you Super Bowl weekend is probably the best shopping you can get in your city if you got it in your town, right?
Yeah.
It's like the best. Like it's like All-Star NBA All-Star weekend is crazy.
yeah.
So Jay had everything lined up. Gatorade, this, that, a whole bunch of NFL events and this. He had a pop-up shop in this other place for Vegas locals and this whole thing that was hosted by the NFL and totally disregarded him. They sent him to a little pop-up shit on the off the strip, far away, while Surgeon was on the strip, moving and shaking and everything Jay was supposed to do.
They took
This
over
just
here.
sounds like
What?
a
They flipped the
bad
switch up?
business deal.
How's
A
that?
really
How's that
bad
even
business deal.
possible? Like, I don't. That's the shit I don't
Skip,
Because
that's a
understand.
good
Like,
question.
so again,
Skip,
so
good question, bro.
this is
Oh my God.
this is 50-50 again, right? Supposed to be 50-50 at the time.
yeah,
This just sounds like they took advantage of his kindness,
It
him
was
wanting to
just
make sure everybody could eat,
they just was like, yo,
and
we want to swap
they
out.
got greedy and wanted to take over
Like,
versus being fair and doing things the right way.
yep,
They got
yep.
greedy and they took his clout and the high platform he had
hmm
and swiped it
And
right from up under him
why?
that shit is
Why? Because
insane.
because
Surgeon
they're
that guy?
greedy. No,
Was
he was
Surgeon
not.
that guy, especially in
I'm
Vegas?
not gonna lie
Yeah,
to you. I
maybe.
barely knew who he was then.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna
I knew.
lie. I
this
barely
is
knew who he was.
I definitely knew who he was,
It,
no,
man.
it's
But
I knew who he was prior. I always said that, but
this is
you
I
know,
was coming in a little. I've always been a sneaker girl, but I was coming in new about learning about you know you know resellers and new faces in the
mm,
sneaker world and stuff like that during that time. I had just like really started diving in deeper, so I really didn't know anything that much about him. I knew who Two J's was though.
mm.
all right, crew. Now, Greater Footsteps is back again.
Oh Lord.
Greater,
Shout out to him. He
Greater
on
on
it.
y'all neck, bro. He on
No,
y'all neck.
I
Right.
That's what's
appreciate
up.
He
That's
a
what's
Two
up. I
J
love
Okay,
it.
hater is who I was
Ain't
looking.
nothing wrong with it. I embrace it, dog.
I
You're supposed to
embrace
do
it.
that.
okay,
Quit
I
flaming
embrace
so
it.
on him.
I like the
okay, so here,
engagement. I
so
like
here we
engagement.
go.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna read this one
Yeah.
again. So Greater is saying why the switch took place is because Two J's isn't running the company. That's how the business works.
No, it's called backdooring. That's what it's
I
called.
mean, at the time,
But he
I
got a
fed you
point.
and you bit me.
no, he does.
He
He does
but
have a point. He does have a point.
either
Let's
he
keep it
got
out
a
there.
point.
But at the end of the day, who's more familiar? Who's more popping in the town? This is
Hmm.
Super Bowl weekend in Vegas. Jay moved different on a regular night compared to Super Bowl weekend, right?
Bro.
He's Marshawn Lynch's peoples. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't know. This is another thing a lot of people don't know. When Joni got sick, Marshawn offered to pay for her cancer treatment.
Hold on. Pause right there. Pause right there. I hear what you saying now. I hear what you say. I gotta play devil's advocate.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, like we saying right now, business is business, and Two J's want business to be business. But we can't say that if they popping or not, still not do the business the right way. Is that what we're saying? Just because 2J's got his name in the street and Surgeon is the actual business, you get where I'm coming from? Like, we can't switch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he had the pull and all that when it comes
Yeah.
in out there and all of that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if we gonna let business be business, or we just gonna make the exception this one weekend because he the face.
And,
Like,
and why would you
we
why
can't
would you
have
want to
both.
help him if you fired? Why you want to help him in the
Nah,
first place?
he wasn't fired yet. He wasn't fired yet. This is Super Bowl weekend. This is February. February 8th, I believe. That 8th and 9th or whatever. And you're right. Right? Let's
Yeah, why
keep it
would the
100.
switch?
It's
Yeah, I don't
business
get that. Why
wise.
would the switchover happen like that?
So they wanted Surgeon to be more uh acclimated with the people. Because I don't know if y'all ever seen dude doesn't really at the time, dude doesn't talk.
Hmm.
Dude like certain like let's say you just hit him with that or like it's coming, I appreciate you. He got no verbal, no nothing. He's not a people
No
person.
personality.
He's nothing at all, right? So
Okay.
Jay walk in the room, yo, what's good? How you doing? Jay could never be in a room and walk into a room, not knowing a person in the room and
Hmm.
walk around and get to know every single person,
It's
right?
typical type A,
Because
type B type of people.
so
Yeah.
this is why it should have been both of them in the room.
They should have been doing it
I'm not taking
together. That's a
anything from Surgeon.
partnership.
I'm still
That's
not taking
right.
anything away from him. He should have been in the room with Jay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
Jay is an overpowering force when he comes in, and Surgeon just backs up.
because
Right.
that's what
So
Greater Footsteps is back again. Greater Footsteps is not letting, bro. Greater on
Listen,
y'all
look,
name.
look, look, look. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like what Greater Footsteps is talking.
yeah,
Yes, Surgeon had his own lane, okay?
yeah,
Yeah.
But who did he come to? It's one thing to have your lane, but it's like, you know what? I know this dude really got a buzz over here. So if I want to sit around here and team up like Voltron with somebody who already got something that's bigger and established to where I can push myself up, what you gonna do, man?
So
yeah.
Hmm.
Surgeon already knew his game plan and what he was gonna do. They saw a sucker and they licked him.
Yep,
Okay. What do I
yep.
do? I'm
Hmm.
going to befriend you real quick. Do what I have to do. I already got my team over here, and I'm going to bring them right here, get them right close. We're going to get right next close to you, kiss you, and stab you in the back. And that's exactly what happened.
it
And
will.
I stand on that.
It
I
will.
stand on it.
I'm gonna say this. If I was 2J and that was my business, and then Surgeon come to me, he want to team up with me. I'm making the contract. Why is he
Exactly.
making the
You're
contract?
right.
Absolutely.
You're
That
right.
that
It's
should
You're
my
have
Again,
right.
shit.
never
You're
went like
right. But
that.
again.
once again, once I said about being game goofy about certain stuff
Yep.
like that. Okay.
How could well hold on? How could you be that big of a business and be goofy? Like you can't be. You that big of
I
a
It.
agree.
face.
I
You
agree
I
that
with
big
that.
of a
agree.
I agree with
I
business.
that.
agree
I
with
agree with
Santana
that.
on
But
that.
you gotta understand again. You
You
want this
see
to
him
work, right?
flashing lights, bro.
You want this to work. Why? My wife's sick, and I gotta go take care of that
But that's even
also.
more reason to protect your assets because you
I
have a
agree.
responsibility right now
I
that
agree.
requires more of your attention. You should be protecting every little thing. I mean, we're gonna speak
I
in
agree.
man roles. As a man, it is
Yeah,
your job to defend your household, defend your business, take care of things. So if anything, that should have been top priority for him to make sure that that contract was A1 because he knew
yep.
he had obligations in other places.
I'll be
So
honest with you.
on that end,
Lashard,
But
you're
I
right.
I do
We don't know
not.
what
I
his
don't.
head was at though. You're right. You're
that's all I'm
right,
about to
Lashard.
say.
You're not wrong.
Exactly. He knew he
It's
wasn't
his
fully in
job.
the
It
game
was his
dealing with
job.
what he was dealing with, but it was still a part of his obligation to protect
Eh,
what was for
Mhm.
him and his family because he built that for them. He
Yo,
should have
he
Yes,
been
of
right.
course.
he
You're
should have
right.
been
You're
on
Yo, he
top of
right.
100%
that.
correct. You're 100% correct. But
Yeah. Yep.
I agree
it's
with
not his job to
Santana
be
now.
perfect neither.
No, I'm
It's
not
not his
we're
job to be
not asking
perfect.
for protection for
No, but you
perfection.
saying
We're
you just
saying
said that.
that no, I'm not saying perfection. I'm
Okay.
saying that he if you built something, I feel like as a person, if you built something, that's like Mo here. You built you guys have built this platform, right? You're
Mhm.
not gonna just have just any old body, any old thing going on your platform. You're gonna
Yeah.
make sure that things are secure, even if you got stuff going on outside of here.
Yeah.
That's a part
And
of everyday life.
Nah, you right. You're
People
100%.
get
He screwed up.
everything, you have children, you have families, everything. That's everyday life. But business is
Yeah.
business, and you have to be on top of your business because that's how you feed that family. So
Yep.
I
yeah,
feel like
I
that
agree.
he dropped the ball on that end.
yeah.
He
And if
did.
you
I
and if
He
you
yeah.
try to
did.
come into
There's
my
no doubt.
business,
I'm not even
You're
trying to
not
argue
coming
that
and
point.
swooping
yeah,
my business
Nope.
from
you
Yep.
up under
coming
my
you
nose.
like she said, you coming into my business with a contract? Nah, I'm gonna
No,
I'm gonna approach you with a
I'm gonna bring the
contract.
contract to you. I'm gonna bring the
I agree.
contract to you.
I
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
wholeheartedly
He should have
That's where he went wrong.
absolutely,
That's where he
And
went wrong. I
that's
agree
a
with
absolutely.
hundred.
that.
That's
That's
He
where
a
should
he
have
hundred.
went
said,
wrong.
"Hold
Yeah.
up,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
pause.
no doubt. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. There
I
was
got to
fault.
handle this."
I'm not saying he wasn't at fault. He was
Yeah.
And
fault.
I
That
have
was
the
Exactly.
utmost love and respect,
yeah.
because I'm an oncology LPN. I work in this every day, so I know oncology is hard. It's hard on families. It's hard on the person going through it. I completely fathom and understand. I've been doing that for the last
Yeah.
6 years. But at the end of the day, that is how he was supposed to cover whatever he needed to do for his family. So if
Yeah.
anything, he should have been, that business mind should have been kicking in. This is a great opportunity, but I got to protect everything that I put into this,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
that one
You're right.
mistake, it has costed him
Cost him
what?
everything.
You're
Yeah,
yeah.
everything.
You're right.
You
You're
are
right.
100%
One
correct.
Hundred
You're
mistake.
percent right.
100%
Yeah.
correct.
Yep.
There's no
and,
denying that. You are 100%
None.
correct.
and that was
No
a
denying it.
and that's a major
So
mistake.
that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
agree with
that was the
Santana
biggest
now.
one.
I just don't
No,
understand
he
that.
had a
That what
point.
the
Yeah.
chat said they agree with
I
Santana.
mean, we all seen what Pete Diddy did to all his artists. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a
we should
fact.
we should know about
That's
these
a fact.
contracts,
And
man.
I personally don't want to know what he did.
So
No,
it's
but
funny, right? So we talking about the Diddy thing. No pause, right?
No, no, no.
We talking about,
I was talking about
but we talk. I'm
contracts, like
saying, no, no, no.
Diddy.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
that's a perfect example of what I'm about to say. So he signed the contract. Jay signed the contract, right? He signed his life away.
yeah,
Be real. He signed his life away,
Yeah, he did.
and he wanted to get out of the contract. He was like, "Yo, let's work something out
yeah,
so we could, you know, maybe just walk away, and I'll take whatever's left of it, and I'll
yeah,
regain. I'll do whatever I got to do. If I break it apart, build it again, whatever I got to do."
yeah,
Yeah.
So it was one night. It was me, him, Frank Cook, in Jay's house, and we just building, just talking, and the locks came on. I was like, "Yo, what if we started a free two J's campaign
yeah.
to get you on? Like, let's get them out.
Yeah.
Like this worked for the locks because just keep it
Something.
real. If you got the streets behind you,
That would have been good.
all right.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we did. He started selling T-shirts,
Yeah, I was about
and
to
then
say.
they tried to double him on that.
Thank you.
Then they try to double them on that. That's how they started to be like, "Yo, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that." And then he
So
started
that's
hitting them
why
with,
that
"Yo, if you
whole
do
shit
that more."
stopped.
Yeah,
That's why the t-shirts and all that shit just came to a halt.
that was
They
one
made it
night.
stop.
Yeah, yep. They made it. They were like, he couldn't do nothing. So what he did, he started bootlegging his own
I got
shirts.
one question, right? Before I roll out, I got one question. How long is he liable? Like, they said that he's liable for everything, but he's not a worker there. Like, how long? Like, is it ever an end to that, or
Like,
is it
how
just
long is he
forever for
locked into
life?
that contract?
I don't that I can't tell you. That was supposed to be uh a
Like, is
year,
it a
2
3-year deal,
years,
1-year deal,
two
2 years?
years, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
2 years.
Never. And
So this
even then,
this still
with
got.
contracts are funky, because
Mhm.
even if it's, let's say,
Thank you.
like you said, it's a 2-year deal, they can have clauses in there that can extend
Mhm.
those deals 6
Mhm.
months, 9 months, 12 months. It
Yeah.
can lock you in
Yeah.
for way longer than what you think you're going to be locked
Yeah,
into.
I used to do contracts for unions, and that's like one of the things you never know the
Hmm.
verbiage in the contracts. Always, you got one thing that could
You
change
can have
another
that one
sentence,
word in
and
there.
yeah,
It could say
it's,
it could
that's
say
the way that is.
only,
Yeah.
or this or
Mhm.
that, and
Or
you're
perpetuity,
stuck.
perpetuity, right there. That's the word.
Hmm.
Perpetuity could be anything. You know what I'm saying? However
Perpetuity
long
on
I
beat.
want.
perpetuity, I'll
Mm-hmm.
beat your ass. We gonna come with the bats and everything.
Hello,
I'm gonna show you how
hello.
we sat
I'm with
around there
that,
and did
Will.
You
that.
know,
Okay,
I'm
I
with
that's
mean,
how
that.
that,
we gonna. That's how we gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you, we
You
gonna
gonna
roll
keep
it with the
cool off
locks. You
there.
know what I'm saying? Double R for life. We coming in with the bats. Hey, sign this
yeah,
Hello.
right here, and we
Tear
signing
it
it
yeah,
in
down.
yeah.
blood.
But that was enough. So after that, they had so the whole shoe thing happened when we picked up his shoes, right? There wasn't nearly half his shoes that we picked up. There was a lot of things that he didn't even, they just threw stuff in the box, right?
Yep.
Mm.
So
They picked and choose because
yeah, exactly.
they
So
do.
the next thing was they were like, yo, you can't come back here. You're not, if you come back, we'll call the cops.
Of
I was
course.
like, all right, cool. So the next thing was he was like, yo, D, they got he remembered, he said, yo, they got my pinball machines. He paid for those out of pocket.
And them
Those
things
pinball
are
machines,
That's
expensive.
where that
he had
whole
over,
old pinball machines came from.
so all the pinball machines were in the store.
Hmm
All the pinball
Yup.
machines were in the store.
Those
So he
things
had
like are
Family Guy,
5,000 upwards.
Mandalorian. The Supreme one was
The
like what, 40?
Supreme one was,
Two,
whoo,
two of them, two
yeah, yeah,
Supremes.
yeah.
Hmm
So he was like, yo, D, I need that bread, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do. They don't want to give me to me. And now they're telling him, threatening him with the police and all this. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Go pick up two cats. I'll go get the truck. Go pick up two cats in the street and let's go make this happen. He goes, yo, I don't think I could go in there, dog. I'm like, I don't care if you can go in there at this point, dog. We gonna get you your
hmm
bread. You know what I mean? So I go rent the U-Haul. He meets me at Caesars. Right where you saw him go in the back of the store, I went, opened the door. I was like, yo, what we doing? I told Carlos. Carlos is like, what you mean? I said, you know why I'm here? He goes, we can't give you no more stuff. I said, I ain't here for the stuff. I'm here for the pinball machine, bro. He's like, who said that? I said, me. Jay's not gonna tell you, but he needs them. Those are his.
hmm
So then I said, I'll meet you around the front. I told the two guys, and this is midday, middle of the day in Caesar's Palace. I go through the front, two guys, $2. I walk in the store, he's like, yo, D, Carlos like, yo, D, I don't know if I could. So, yo, it's not if you know, I'm taking them.
hmm
Those are my man's machines. We're not doing this. We're not gonna go back and forth. I started unplugging machines, and we rolled them out the front. You're not even supposed to move anything in Caesar's Palace during the day. You gotta have a set time, and you gotta go through a certain way through the freight. I
So you
rolled them
moved them
joints
shits.
right out. I rolled 8 of them bitches out.
He had a
That's
Supreme.
what
He
I'm
had a
So
talking
that's
Supreme
about.
joint.
2 of them.
hey, my guy Brian Valdez said, this sandbox y'all explaining the shit we've been knowing for 2 years. What's the wild combo?
Hey,
If you want to
Sandbox. Hey,
know,
Tell them
hit
to
me,
stay
gang,
tuned.
Sandbox.
because what y'all saying is old. So
Sandbox knows because we know some of the same people and stuff like that. But the thing is, Sandbox, a lot of the other people don't actually know. This is new news to them. Sandbox. This
Mhm.
Hmm
is that's the only difference, bro. Like
Yeah.
because you tapped in just as well as I'm tapped in and stuff like that.
I can
So
send him the link now. If
send them, yeah,
Sandbox
send them the link. Send them the link.
if
Send them the
Sandbox
link.
want to come in,
Link him
bro,
on in
if he
here.
know more
Send,
shit, I mean, because
send,
double bag is
Hey,
nobody knew.
maybe he gonna
Nobody
surprise
knew
me. I don't
double
know.
bag rolled them shits out. I didn't know double bag rolled them shits out,
I rolled
bro.
them
This
shits
is new
out.
to
I
me.
rolled them shits out. I rolled
Mhm.
them shits out in the middle of the day.
Yeah, because sometimes in those contracts, whatever's in like if you open a store, whatever's in that store they could have that listed as a part of the contract. You know, it'll
Mhm.
say like building and its contents. So they could have tried to withhold that stuff from him,
Yeah,
things
they were
like
trying
that.
to do it. It didn't even matter what it was at that point. So they were like, "Yo, you fired. You no longer have any power in the store. You no longer do this, that, and the third. And then whatever's in the store now, you're done.
Hold on,
Right?
hold
All
Yeah,
on,
the
that's
pause
what I
that,
was
pause
asking
right there,
about,
pause
like
right
with the
there,
pinball machine.
pause right there, pause right there. I'm trying to get Sandbox the link. Will
Mhm.
have Sandbox. You got his Instagram, Will?
It's Sandbox DS underscore. You'll see it. It's a picture of a pit bull. Yeah.
Can you send the link to him on his cause we got it in our chat. Can you forward it over to him?
Yeah, I could forward it over to him. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go out and then I'll send it to him
Hey,
real quick.
yo, it was good chopping it up with y'all, man. Appreciate
Shout out
all.
to Santana's
Appreciate you,
room,
fam.
man. Y'all make sure
Good,
y'all tune in to Santana and them too every Sunday night, bro. But this thing right here, bro, we got 30
good combo.
like 30 minutes left, bro. We finna get it. Sandbox saying he know a little bit more. So
Okay.
we finna find out what Sandbox know. But I didn't know double back. I didn't know you was that guy that rolled them damn machines up out of there. I know I
Yeah,
seen
I
you
roll
at
them out
that
because there was no
clapback, bro.
way. There was no way I was going to sit there and just let that be because that's too much bread on the table, right? Because now my man's like got to sell more of personal items to do certain things because he got to pay the credit cards back because they now took this and took that. I'm telling you, it was a mess. It was a mess. It was like consistent L's that he took
Mm,
right after he did that. So and then there was there was other times that he saw a surgeon here and there and then they acted like they wanted problems, but they really didn't because they knew where they were. You know what I'm saying? They would come to
Mhm.
Vegas and they know Jay's not that dude, So it is
yeah,
what it is, man. Like,
my
Yeah, I
guy
just
was
sent the
back.
Yeah, I just
Sandbox.
sent him the link. I sent him the link, man. Some of these guys, you know what I'm saying? He'll push up, but I sent him
We'll
the
see
link.
if he
So
push up. He got the link, so we'll see if he push up. I got now. I do want to ask it. Damn, I lost my train of thought that quick. No, not it. What have 2J said, bro, about a like after all this is said and done with, bro? Is he gonna try to maintain the Urban Necessities name, bro, or is he thinking about doing something outside of that?
I mean, you got that I'm not really sure on. I think he wants to save the name, but he's also trying to think forward. I think there's already a bad taste for this. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It's already plugged in a negative way, sort of like Eric from Band LA, Homeboy got that, and that's just not what it was, what it once was. So, you know, I don't know. It could go two ways. He could rebuild it and right and start small again and bring
Mhm.
that name back to the value that it had before, or we could go forward with social services,
Mhm.
because
He need to
I believe
rebrand,
I
recreate,
think
and
social
rebrand.
services is a bit of more it's different. It has different legs. You know what I'm saying? It's not merch
Mhm.
only. It's more than sneakers. It's like consulting. It's art. It's music. It's where Jay always saw the brand going anyway.
hey
Mm,
B,
So
I sent you, excuse me, Dan. B, I sent you the link on your IG, man. I sent you the link,
yeah,
bro. I
Sandbox,
sent you
it's
the
in
link.
your IG, bro. It's in your IG. Check your IG.
so
Cause he's
it's
saying
like
that
one of them.
that he's gonna Sandbox is saying that 2J is gonna say urban necessities.
I hope. I
He said
mean,
that he's saying that he's gonna save it.
he said that he would like to brand back, right? That's what he's been saying. He said, I'll give me my brand back. Let me do what I do. Even if it go down, I'll restructure it. And
This
that's what
is
I was
crazy.
saying before. But what do we do? Let's be real. Is it really worth it
Yeah, he
at this
said
point?
that he has a second LLC. Let him use the 2J's LLC. He
Yeah, he
said
has two
let him
J's
use
LLC. Yeah, shop two J's
Mm-hmm.
Closet. He got all that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
he could
That,
do it. There's no doubt.
this is crazy, bro. The name
But is it
now
worth it?
bad title.
I agree with that. It's a bad title on the name. I would.
Well, we we
You
been
know?
we been saying. I mean, I've talked about it. He's moving. I'll tell you this from the conversation that me and Jay had. Where he's at right now, he's trying to move in so much of more of in a light of positivity because he sees everything on IG. He's not getting he sees who's talking
He
and who's
knows.
not talking. He
Yep.
knows. He definitely knows. So
Mhm.
he's playing chess right now.
Of course.
Okay. All right. Especially after this. So now
Yeah.
Mhm.
you're gonna see a different JC, which is good. Which is good. And he's gonna get it back. I believe he's gonna get it back. But I want him personally. Once I talk to him again, I'm like, I you can't get somebody who want to really give up their whole heart dream and pivot a certain way unless they really want to sit around there and do that.
Mhm.
Facts.
Because that's his and what he really want to do.
I
But
mean,
after everything that's went down, like just even walking in there, I know there was a smell and a taste of disdain of like, yo, I don't even want to be in this anymore.
but that's been there. That's
Yeah.
Mhm.
been there
So
for him. Like that's not
yeah.
new. You know
So
what I'm saying?
And
so
even
so it's like
with him rebranding, he definitely needs to have the mindset of like it's probably put him in the mindset that he probably doesn't want to do business with anyone really because it's
No.
just so. I mean, like for me, I guess for me personally, it would just be so like I would just have such a fear of
Yeah,
like he seems like a very trusting, very honorable
that's the
person.
problem.
So to have somebody just stab me in the back like that, I would just be so fearful of collaborate. I would, I would keep it at collaborations, but no
Yeah.
actual serious business ventures with other people because like this is some shit to go through. Like this is my
Now,
that's my entire baby. That's like taking someone's baby and just throwing
and
it out.
turn her taking her baby, holding them hostage, and then saying, "Nah, this
Yeah,
is
like
my child. I birthed
he
it."
carried this, he
Yeah,
birthed it,
exactly. Yeah, he
he
birthed it
rocked
like
it,
this. Yeah,
he
this is my
made
Yeah.
this his
this is mine's
own,
now. Nah, yeah.
and now
So
you
yeah,
just
Yeah.
snatch
No.
my child
yeah,
from
yeah,
me. It's
exactly.
like
Yeah,
it's like shoe surgeon is DSS and then came and stole his baby.
yeah.
But
Like
but let
the
Yeah.
let
fuck,
me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all
it's
this. If he did
crazy.
that, right? Let's say he did take it back. How would you want to see him do
bro,
You
like
know,
they did it day one.
it?
Well,
Okay,
no,
now
no, 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 because the sneaker game done changed now. You can't even do
the sneaker
exactly.
game is
that.
different,
Now.
so
Hmm.
he's gonna have to get real creative and put a better spin on what he's already done. He's already made his mark. He's already created his stamp. So now
Yeah.
this is really about how he's gonna rebrand and bring that pop back to it if that's what he's
Yeah.
wanting to do.
I
He's gonna
mean,
have to get real creative. And I
so
don't know what that looks like, but it's just
yeah,
gonna have
no.
to be it's gonna have to wow the sneaker community. It's gonna
I
have to be
think
something major.
I think to me personally, I would want him to restructure it and give back more to the consignment, right? Make that
Something.
the make that the platform that consigners have safety at.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, make it across the board. Look, Urban Necessities will work with every consignment shop to make sure this never happens again,
Mhm.
right? And make sure that every consigner is treated fairly,
Hmm.
right?
Mhm.
That has to be structured in another way. We got to save the game somehow,
Hmm.
right? We don't
Mhm.
want it to turn into the music industry where everybody can't even make a penny on their song, and you got to
Right.
have 300,000 spins before you see a dollar. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
this is what I'm saying. It's got to be maneuvered differently now. So I think this should be keep the UN name. We're not selling shoes, but we're the place where you should be feel safe to do business. We can put the contracts together with a real lawyer, right? Now we get real big lawyers involved. And everybody's eating. Everybody, yo, if you want to do this with me, this is how you're gonna do it. There's gonna be a UN clause now. You
Mhm.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what I think that should be going, because I think that you've already what if you break something like that into that many pieces and destroy it, you got to sweep it up and build again, right? But you're gonna build a different way. You're gonna build it a different way. You're definitely gonna restructure
Mhm.
everything, and I think that should be a way for him to give back not only to the people that lost before, but to the new people getting into the game. There's a lot of kids that want to do this.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a
Hmm.
lot of kids, man. It should be a school or online teaching. Yo, don't do this, don't do that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It should be reform it so we could change the game, save the game for what we all love,
Exactly.
which is the shoes. It don't matter what religion, what political view, we all come together because of the shoes, right?
Hmm.
The
We
student
back
So let's
becomes the
outside
make it
now.
professor here.
We back outside.
let's bring this
Yeah.
together.
Mhm.
Let's make
Yeah.
church in the shoe game. You know what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's make
Hmm.
it right. Yo, this dude's doing me dirty. I bet. Oh, let me just bring him to you one and see what up.
Hmm.
Maybe they could find something I don't see. Yo, I want to do business with this cat, but I don't know. Yo, let's go to you one. Let's do this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Let's get down and dirty with it, but let's do it in the positive way and let's bring awareness to the game.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Man, Sandbox said the shoe surgeon fucked over all of his prodigies, bro, including bro. Y'all know. Hey, man.
Yep. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people
Hey,
that
It
worked
just
with him.
sound
He
like
don't.
he
speaking facts. He talking facts, bro.
I mean,
You got Sandbox on this side, and then you got my boy Greater Footsteps on the other side.
but
You know
it's
what
but
I'm saying?
but
They like this.
but it's yeah, and
It's
it's
truth on
cool,
both
and
sides.
there's truth on both sides. Like they're none of them are not saying anything that's not incorrect at the point, because there is truth on both sides. But oh man, this just really sucks, man. Because like I
Hmm.
said, maybe for me personally, I'm a little biased because Jay's my guy.
Hmm.
That's my mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
he's helped me out, and I've been there in the trenches, and I watch him help other people out. So yeah, I'm a little
Mm.
biased, okay. But at the same time, it's like as a human being, I hate to see just anybody get done dirty.
Exactly.
Exactly. And and let's keep it
Because
a
this
hundred.
shoe
Well,
game
you've
is a
seen
crab in a
things.
barrel mentality. He's
Yeah.
trying to do the latter
Like
mentality and help other people up, and he's
it's
helping people, unfortunately, who are only about saving themselves.
And
Yeah.
I know it's a cutthroat committee type world right now, and
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of things, but when you see people, this was the crazy. When you see people scale up, and some of us have talked off scenes about this stuff like that. It's just the unfortunate nature of the beast. People like to kick you while you down and stuff like that,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
crazy because when I'm seeing you and they know who they are, I just don't rock because you showed your hand. You really showed your hand. When you ain't
Hmm.
had a pot to piss in and one to carry, when you was only moving one shoe a week, now you got a store, and then you want to come back and act like this, and you got pictures with this man, and you begging this man, and you chasing after him like he's Santa Claus? Come on, bro. Where we do that at?
But beyond that, right? Let's go
Yeah.
into the bigger platforms that really know
Hmm.
Jay.
Yeah.
That
Them
that
too.
he's really put money in their pockets.
Yeah. Them too.
Where
Hmm.
Yeah.
they at? Where they
Yeah.
at?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Nobody. They turned their
I agree
back.
with that.
Everything.
I
Yep.
agree with
Unless
that.
there's a bag, you know.
Sandbox said, the terror squad and hunt down the shoe surgeon right now. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Hey,
He
it's
he ain't some
I
he ain't
mean, look, that's I can't speak on that. I'm gonna leave that
yeah.
alone. I'm gonna leave
Hey,
that alone.
Hey,
hey,
I'm
I'm
about,
just
hey,
saying what
I'm
Sandbox.
about,
Sandbox said they on his neck right now. So
hey. All I'm saying, Dan knows where I'm right here. Me and Sandbox talk, so we already know. Dan, I done showed you some things that I don't.
Mhm.
You already know what it is.
Yep. I ain't gonna incriminate nobody. I'm gonna leave that
Yep,
alone.
I'm gonna just leave it at that. That's why I said I'm just leaving it
I
at
gotta
that.
leave that alone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sandbox also said, bro, every person that is saying the 2J fucked over his been on Instagram live with. You got to kind of clear that one up a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I think what he's trying to say is just the fact that, you know, every person that's saying that JF, yeah, he's basically trying to say that it's like he's been helping other people so much to where they're basically like, uh, damn, what is my next?
Yeah,
I'm lost. I was lost. I was over here like I'm over here. Huh? What?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was saying. Maybe he made a mistake. I don't know. I didn't
Hmm.
my
understand the
boy
question.
Sandbox did say though we Puerto Rican, we in the shoe gang blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what he said. I know what he said. Me and him got the same counterparts. We always talking and doing stuff. I rock with my man Sandbox. You know what I'm saying? He tied in heavy. He's one of those guys who stay behind the scenes, but when you know, you
Yeah.
know. So he know exactly what
Yeah.
he's talking about. He, you
No, I
know,
believe
Oh, you
that.
can
You
tell
the
he
one that
leaked.
told me about it.
Yeah, he
yeah,
leaked in. You can tell he leaked in.
yeah.
The
Let me
only
see.
So
thing I say about the terror squad thing is
Yeah, because folks will deal with you long as it benefits them. But then when
those ain't
you're at rock bottom, where is everybody?
those ain't the
You
ones.
yeah, those ain't the yeah
Those ain't the ones, B. Those ain't the
those.
ones, man. Let me tell you
Everybody's
this.
disappearing.
Behind the scenes, this those ain't the ones, dog. Those
Yeah,
ain't the
you.
ones.
Yeah, I seen a photo not too long ago, bro, where shoe surgeon kind of got caught off guard, bro. He got a pass or something. You know what I'm saying? From a couple of
That's
people.
that's that's what I heard too. And he didn't have to. He didn't have to. The green light could have been given, but it
They gave
was
him a pass.
more. It was more respect and trying to figure out what was going to be the next move, right? Because we could have did it there, right? Keep it 100. It could
Yeah,
have got
hey,
him. Could have got
It
done,
could have.
right? I'm
It
gonna
could
keep
have
it
got.
100.
It could have got. You know. So
Could have got
so
done. I don't care where
cause,
you are.
cause my man.
I'm on
Cause
the
my
East
man.
Coast.
Yeah. So my man Sandbox
We
know
should
how
have
we do
ran it.
stuff out here on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? We East Coast. I got mad love for us. You know what I'm saying? Mad love. But
So
we.
yeah, y'all different. Let me keep it 100. Y'all different. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, and that's why I love y'all so much because
uh,
y'all on sight. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
uh,
So my thing with and then that was that the
hmm
mutual thing that we talked about. But
hmm
yeah, shout out to Sandbox because he know what up. He know we didn't have those kind. And not for nothing. Let me give him a couple of props. Let me give him some props too because for Will and Sandbox, it's the reason I found out they closed the LA store,
hmm
right? The Alamo.
hmm hmm
And to be honest with you, it's the reason Jay found out. Jay didn't even know.
so Sandbox is another person that's really, really close with this whole situation too. You can
He
tell
know. He know.
Sandbox,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's
He know
very,
a lot.
very
He know a
close with.
lot. You know a
You
lot.
can
But
tell he's
shout
real
out to Will
close with.
because Will told me, sent me info, and I shot it to Jay. Jay was like, "What you talking about?" He didn't even know. He was
Yeah,
like, "What
bro.
you mean the store closed?" I said, "Yeah, the store's closed, dog. It's a wrap." Oh shit. Yeah, it's
My
a
boy
wrap,
Bree,
dog. I don't know.
my boy Brian came back with the donut and said, "I'm gonna have Will and Skip Goes Hard run my business because it would be nothing but the facts and no bull crap off in that thing." You know what I'm talking about?
It's true. It's true. Will
Hell
don't play,
yeah.
man.
I mean, no
I, I
goofy
just,
shit.
I'm just one of those type of people because I've been in a management, I've been in a vice president situation to where it's like you have to bring. I always believe in some kind of way you got to bring both book smart and street smart to the entity of things. Okay, because
Correct.
there's a way on how you handle business. I like
Mm-hmm.
to be diplomatic and do certain things like that. I believe in the power of the pen, and then I believe in the power of the streets influence too.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm just keeping it a buck. And I know you can't
Hell
take the
yeah.
streets.
Period.
I know you can't take the streets to everything. I get
I
that.
can't say no
You
more.
know what I'm
I
But you
saying?
can't
can
say
keep
no
it in
more.
your back pocket.
But 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 but
Hell yeah.
Hello.
but
Because we can get in the field real quick.
but you know what I'm saying? Bruce Wayne, you know what I'm saying, is quick can turn to Batman, bro. And I'm talking about this Dark Knight ain't on some Joker shit. Okay? So
man. Well, I do appreciate Sandbox for pulling up, bro, and adding even more value to this live, bro. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, Sandbox, it's a lot of people, bro, that know what's going on, that they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why we wanted to
Yeah.
make sure we get somebody in here, bro, that was close to 2J's that could kind of, I guess, fill in some of the gaps. And Duffel Bag knew some of the stuff that we didn't know, bro. Like, again, with the pinball machine, Duffel Bag, we just saw the text, the pinball
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
machines got stole. But now on the
Niggas
live,
though.
we know Duffel Bag like,
If they got
nah,
We
stole,
know
I should have
Duffel
been.
Bag
I'd have been
handled
locked
that.
up.
He
I'd have,
handled
I'd have
that
been
shit.
locked up. Let's keep it 100. I'd have been in the pen real quick, stealing over 100 some thousand dollars worth of stuff, man. Let's keep it 100. But
Okay.
it wasn't.
yeah,
It's not stealing. It's yours, man.
yeah.
mhm.
And also, man, Sandbox, you more than welcome, bro, to come back any time, bro. You got a open door, bro, to come and holler at us anytime you get ready, man, to come in. Like I said, I think Will sent you the live tonight. You may be out busy doing some stuff, but anytime, bro, you free. We live here every Friday night, bro, at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bro. So anytime you want to voice something, bro, alongside Will is our guy. You know what I'm saying? He
Yep.
bring information to the table that a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time we don't hear. So last week he made the announcement like, bro, I know bro who's close with 2J's. I want to bring him to the show so he could tell us more in detail of what's going on. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's the
Happy
reason
to
why
hear it.
I had this live, bro. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? What he say? He said, y'all remember them Cherry 11s we had dude with the diesel truck fully.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I do remember them Terry 11, bro.
Mhm.
Everybody had them. The whole band out in South Carolina. Was that South Carolina, Skip? that had the whole band in Cherry 11s. You remember that?
Nah, there was one they caught him right off the freeway. It's funny because I was like 15 minutes away in Anaheim. I was 15 minutes away when that shit went down. And I got the buzz on my phone like, yo, like,
Bro, everybody
you
had
know,
Cherry 11s, bro.
yeah,
Early, mad
yeah,
early.
Two
Yeah.
pair.
They
yeah,
had a whole
yeah.
high school band with Cherry 11s on, bro, like 2 months early. Y'all remember seeing that, bro? I know I ain't
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Y'all,
Yeah,
Skip, you remember that?
I
yeah,
remember that shit. That shit weird.
yeah,
The whole
yeah.
high school band had Cherry 11s on, bro, 2 months early. Everybody like, what the fuck going on?
That's wild. That's wild.
Y'all know what
Hey,
I'm talking about, bro?
hey, there's some things I don't support, but if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. They do it like Fast and the Furious. My guy said, Sandbox said they do it like the Fast and the Furious, bro. We hop on, we track. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
don't say
yo,
too much.
hey, B, hey,
Don't say too much, bro. Don't say too much.
Right.
Don't say too much. But
yeah,
again, Sandbox, bro, we appreciate you, bro. Duffelbag, we appreciate you for stopping by. Also, man, you guys have been a
Appreciate it.
great help and to clear up a
Yes.
lot of stuff. And also, shout out to my guy, Greater Footstep, bro. That Joker was in the chat working
I
tonight,
was, I
Yeah,
love
for
it.
Mm-hmm.
real.
I
He
love
bro.
was
it.
on
Yeah,
next
nah, that was
tonight.
good. I
Bro,
mess
he
with
was
it.
working tonight,
That's
man.
good.
So,
I love
guys,
it.
before we get up out of here, is there anybody in the chat that's got a question, bro? While we got these three gentlemen in the room, is there something that we may have missed, bro? Is there any question that we need to ask these guys, bro, before we get up out of here? Did we miss anything before we close the doors? Like old boy said, close the doors.
Close the door.
Is there anything that we missed, bro, before we close these doors? Because we about to get up out of here. Our 2 hours is up. Y'all know what I'm saying? Anything y'all need to ask Will, Duffelbag, or Sandbox, because these three dudes know everything. And some things they can't talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So
The
if
saga continues.
y'all
The
let us
saga
know.
continues.
Thanks.
The saga
I just,
continues.
Hey,
I just
Greater,
want to say, man.
Greater back again.
Yeah.
He said, when can we see the contracts? Greater is Greater
He
on
probably
point,
gonna
man.
see it before
Look, he gonna
me.
have to be patient like the
Hey,
rest of us.
Yeah.
hey,
Greater been a
hey,
fool tonight.
hey, Greater, give me a
Yeah,
chance. If you
man.
follow me on IG, let me know, man. If I hear something or whatever like that, I'll post it, but I'll make sure I tap in with the source first. I always make
Yeah.
sure I tap in with the source
Yeah,
first.
man.
But yeah,
What he say?
yeah.
TS got the
Yeah, man.
Travis Scott van. What he say? Headed to Vegas. Right here. Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Ex surgeon who
you
he's
never know what's
employed.
gonna pop up. Remember, you gotta remember a lot of cats do a lot of business everywhere. So
Facts.
it's crazy how things
Big
work, man.
facts, bro. Big facts. I'm just letting them run them real quick before we get up out of here. Sandbox say ex surgeon who his employees were 2 years of firing. Man, God.
Yeah, yeah, he was. What did I? Yeah, yeah,
But
Yeah.
they
yeah,
was stealing y'all pairs. Y'all
yeah.
heard it right there. He telling y'all right there.
Hey,
We, we,
hey,
we didn't even
Sandbox
get it. We
telling
didn't even
y'all,
get
bro.
into the Yeezy stuff, the Yeezy Gap trucks.
Okay, so
We didn't
I
even
have
get
a
into that.
question. So the employees that were still in the pairs were surgeons people,
yeah,
Hmm.
correct?
yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
that kind of gives me the thought that like
Look,
he knew they were still in the pairs.
look, I'll be out there in 2 weeks. I will be out there in 2 weeks, and I'm stopping by the store
Okay.
just to do a little bit of content. Just to do a little bit of content.
Mm,
I'm stopping by the store.
Hopefully the store's still open.
Yeah, I know.
right.
Because from what it looked, there might, yeah, from
Though
what it
no,
looked, yeah,
dog. So they
yeah.
haven't paid rent in I don't know how many months.
So they was
I won't
backdoor.
be
He was
surprised if that's
helping
if
the
that,
employees backdoor the
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah.
While we on that,
Mm.
has anybody heard duffel bag, those boxes, bro, that 2J's ran into when he ran into the store, bro? Do you know what was in them boxes, bro? Can you
The
tell
one
us,
in the
was it
U-Haul truck?
shoes in there? Was it hats?
It
Because the
was
whole hat wall was gone.
no, they been got rid of the hats. It was shoes. It was shoes. The ones in the U-Haul truck. Huh?
Consigner shoes, bro.
I couldn't tell you because Dallas will hire somebody to make it look like those are somebody's shoes, and he's really doing some other stuff. I mean, that's just the way he works.
Mm.
Okay, so we did have a question come in. So I got a question. Do y'all think shoe surgeon will take accountability? You know what I'm saying, and admit that he's wrong?
Man, have you
I
ever
don't think
seen
Bro,
he.
he
I
done
don't think
have
had
he.
you
ample
ha,
opportunity.
have you ever
What?
seen
Yeah.
a have you ever seen a snake crit walk?
Okay. I was just about to say.
He done
Okay,
had
do
ample
dogs
opportunity.
meow? Cause
I
no.
mean, did he take accountability when the Gap Yeezy things ended up out there with the 7 trailers?
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm,
he blamed Jay, and then he told everybody that Jay stole them.
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened with that, bro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That deal was done behind the scenes.
Mm-mm.
And then
Damn.
they said, and then some of it was supposed to go to Vegas. None of it made it to Vegas. It all ended up, all 7 trailers ended up in Surgeon's store over there in Cali. But
Y'all
and
hear
then
me,
he didn't pay for them. He didn't pay for them with Surgeon invoices. He used UN invoices to make it look worse. You know what I'm
bro?
saying? And then,
That's crazy. Consigner
it's a
pay
lot of stuff,
from
dog.
their money back. Took what they want, and value is what them boxes was.
Mm.
Couldn't tell you.
That you no, bro.
He
Sandbox just
telling
said
it.
it. That's what he just said was in the boxes. He just said what was in the boxes. He said
That's
they was
how
consigner pairs was in them boxes.
I
Mm.
believe that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying before. Dallas will make it look like it's somebody picking it up when they don't even when it belongs to a whole different group of people. So he can save face on the camera. Dallas is never in his life, as many times as I've seen him, talk that calm. Oh, so maybe you
Mm,
could help us out. Like, dude, you never talk like that, bro. If there was no cameras on, Dallas would have been like, yo, look, yo,
That,
I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like, let's do this.
yeah, that's
it would have been
Because
smoke.
Jay was Dolo. Yeah, he would have said all types of crazy stuff because Jay was Dolo with a camera. I mean, without a camera. Jay put the camera on purpose. He knew there was a chance they'd have ran down on him.
That's what I said. When them cameras is on, people act different because there's people gonna go
Yeah,
back
he's
and watch this
not.
playback. I've been talked to people behind this, and they trying to tell me, oh, this and that. Let's handle. I'm like, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know when you're gonna be in that situation. What you was gonna do. That was one of the best things. Sometimes you got to pop out and show people. He popped out and he showed people. He wanted to
He
show
had
people
no
what they need to
choice.
see. Yeah. So
Damn.
It's a
Sa-
catch-22 situation.
Sandbox said, and wasn't even their pairs. Oh shit.
yeah, bro. There's a
See
lot.
what I'm saying?
It was taking other
A lot.
consignment pairs to stay
Yes.
afloat, and other
Yes.
took L's.
Yes. A
Mm,
lot of people ain't
mm,
seeing that. When I know I put out the word and Dan put out the word, that was the time. That was the time.
mm.
Now, if you come back, if you have a chance and come back, you might get a T-shirt. I don't know. I'm just saying.
If you're lucky, you saw the way that store looked.
You saw how the
That store
store was
looking
looking,
crazy.
bro,
That store
and a
looked
little bit.
crazy.
And
It's
Dan,
done.
you know how much product was like literally in the stock room and how the stock room was hold. Come on, man. Like,
So
It's empty.
I,
come on, man.
I've
Come on,
taken me and Jay have taken countless people into the back of that store because we were
bruh.
so proud of how many pages in the back of the
Yeah,
store.
yeah.
And there was racks on racks on racks
Racks,
on
yeah.
racks. Plus, there was racks in another room
Yeah.
outside down the street. Like, come on, man. Like, there was.
This is
I don't even think there's 1,300 pairs, 1,200 pairs in that store right now with everything on the wall.
Mm.
If you're
That's crazy,
lucky,
bro.
Definitely a okie doke.
Man, real quick though, I do want to say this before we get up out of here. This is one question I do want Sandbox you guys to even answer. Do you guys think that Surgeon has not released the answer yet, bro, or a statement yet? Because he probably smart enough to have a lawyer write his damn answer. You know what I'm saying? Like
I believe
it's
that. I believe
fun.
I
that.
believe
Mm-hmm.
he's building a case. I believe he's
Yeah.
building a case to try to
Absolutely.
make
That's what I'm saying.
himself,
Do y'all think that he
hmm
gonna have a lawyer write his shit up
hmm
and
Mm-hmm.
hmm
then present it?
Yes.
If
Or
he's
Yes.
if he's any
yeah.
bit smart, he
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Yep.
If you do your homework on Dallas Bimbo, right?
hmm
The guy is known for buying and destroying businesses.
Yes, he is.
Mm.
This is a
That is
known fact.
This is
You
known
can
fact.
Google
Yeah.
this.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So do your research. You'll
So he knows
find
the
more
red
more
tape.
dirt.
He knows
Yes.
the
So
lines. He
that's
knows
why
how to do it.
that's what I'm saying. Like I can't really speak on contracts and such things because I don't know what kind of magic that got pulled to make this work. You understand what I'm saying? I know Jay's not innocent because he signed it, right? Let's keep it 100. He signed it. But I don't know the magic that he used, the invisible things that he wrote down. I don't know. I don't know. He did
Mm-mm-mm.
something. Jay's
Because
at fault for signing, yes. But there was bigger things at play here. I know that for a fact. And they're never
Jorge,
gonna tell you that. It is what it is.
yeah, Sandbox Jorge, he trying to play the field. I already got at him, Sandbox. Already got at him. Trust me. He already know what it is. He came up to the bay and he skipped out of town real quick. But yeah, he know what it is.
Yeah, I was about to say. He said Jorge it
He
ain't putting
he
no
he know
money
what it is. He trying to
either
play
way.
both sides of the fence. Cause he yeah, we'll talk about that later, Sandbox.
But say, hey, Sandbox deep.
He don't give no fucks. He
He
gonna let
don't
it
Nah,
care.
he
No,
know.
go.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's
Sandbox don't
that's
give
what
a
that's
fuck.
That's my
those are
guy.
the
Yeah,
cats. That's the
yeah, that's
cats
my
I
guy.
trust.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Sandbox
Yeah,
don't
Those
give
are
a
the cats I
that's my
Hmm
guy.
trust.
fuck.
That's my guy. Yeah,
I
that's my guy.
respect that.
Yeah.
Keep it a band all the way around. I understand, your position, Dan,
Woo.
but
Uh,
for real,
Shout
like,
out
I just
Sandbox one more time. Shot that brother
I
out.
just wanna in
hmm
closing, I just wanna say let's hear it. Let's hear everything, right? Let's listen to whatever how everything plays out and
Mm.
give Jay his chance to try to
hmm
make it right. Because I know my if I know Jay, it's all he wants to do is make it right. So
and he deserves that care, support, and
I
grace.
just correct, and
Being
I
fucked
love my
over.
brother. I love my brother to death, man, and I
Hmm
just want him to understand that we still behind him,
Hmm.
hmm
and we know evil never really wins. So
Period.
just take care of your wife, handle this part. Let's make it right, because I know he don't sleep because he's thinking about consigners. He's been thinking about
Hmm
consigners for the last year, right? He don't sleep. This dude has not really slept in over a year. Everybody could see with the watches and this and that. They look at the glitz and the glory, right? But they don't know the man's heart. They don't know the
hmm
man's heart. They don't know what he's going through. And I was there and I seen it. So let's give him a chance. That's all I'm gonna ask. Let's give him a chance. And I wholeheartedly believe he's gonna show the world what's really going down.
hmm
Man, that's
100.
that's what's up.
Everything done in the dark eventually can come to the
Of
light.
course. Big facts.
Let me tell y'all something, bro.
He gonna be
Yeah,
carried through this situation because it doesn't just on the outside looking in. It just seems like
Yep.
what it is.
damn, bro. But let me tell y'all something, bro. This was one hell of a damn live, man. I'm
Hmm
glad, I'm glad that I was a part of it. Y'all know what I'm
Me
saying?
Me
too.
But
too.
with that being said, though, we are about to get the hell up out of this mud, bro.
Hmm.
Y'all know what that music means right there. We
Hmm.
about to dip, bro.
Hmm.
Man, we about to get the hell up out of here, man. Shout out to my guy again, Skip Goes Hard, for pulling up, bro, and hanging out with us tonight, bro. We owe you, Skip, bro. We owe you, man. Shout out to my guy Double Bag for pulling up. Y'all already know what time
Appreciate you.
it is when Dub pull up, bro. And finally, my girl back, Sneaker Diva from vacation, man. Yeah,
Hello.
man. Yeah. Skip, what you got before we get up out of here, Pimp?
Hey man, this was a great show. I wasn't doing much talking because I was playing the part of listening to what the bro had to say about what everything he knows about, what's going on. But like I say, man, hey, another fire show, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. I love it. Thank you for having me. And hey, man, I ain't got shit else to really talk about, man. Skip Goes Hard, man. The most underrated, never duplicated, funniest sneaker content creator of them all. And that's pretty much what I gotta say.
Hey, where they can
Thank you,
find
man.
you? Where they can find you at, Skip?
Hey man, I got a little puss ass YouTube channel, Skip Goes Hard. I'm on Instagram as well. So man, just follow me, man. Skip Goes Hard, man. Sub up, shit.
That's what's happening. Double Bag, what you got, Playboy, before we get up out of here?
Maintain it, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man, for real, and let me speak on your platform. It's amazing. I would love to do it again in the future. Shout out to my man, Area 13, Kicks, Sneakers. That's my dog. Will, you know it's always love, dog.
Always.
You my man forever. We locked in. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
I appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do for real.
That's what's happening. Will, what's going on, Playboy?
Nothing much, man. I'm about to kick my feet up. You know what I'm saying? I got to be at the hospital in a couple of hours and stuff
Me
like
too.
that. And but it's nothing but love. Y'all want information, sneaker intel, all that stuff like that? Holler at me in my DM on Instagram. This is what I do, man. And like I say, if I don't post it, there's usually a reason for it.
That's what's up. And Sneaker Diva, don't shoot me, because I know we supposed to win, y'all ladies first. We were supposed to do that. Don't kill me.
It's
Don't
all
kill me.
good.
What you got going on, baby girl?
Nothing much. Being ready to clock in for work tomorrow, and y'all can find me on IG at SneakerDiva92. I'm back posting content, creating more content. Got a lot of good stuff coming up soon, so go follow me.
That's what's happening, man. Listen, I ain't gonna even hold y'all up tonight, bro. We about to get up out this thing. Again, guys, we appreciate you guys for coming through, hanging out with us. We are live every Friday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you new to the channel, bro, and y'all want to be entertained on Friday night at 9 o'clock, bro, tune in. Sometime my guy Skip here, Alan be up in here, bro. JB Urban Plus. Troll McGinn was supposed to be here tonight, but he couldn't make it. So, bro, hey, y'all make sure, man, y'all coming back and checking us out. But we get ready to get up out of here, man, so I can get everybody back to their families. Listen, we love y'all, bro. Y'all stay tuned. We up out of here. We'll see you guys next week, man. Friday, y'all. Man, we up out of here.
Yada.